And we got him! We got him, kids. Today I'm on that I told you so shit. I told you about this old nigga, didn't I? I said never trust a dark-skinned nigga born in the 60s. A different type. Cut from a very grimy cloth. Eugene Henley, now on the run. And to any of the federal authorities or local police listening, please approach with caution. He doesn't want to go back to the penitentiary. He's not scared to go back. He just don't want to go back. I assure you he has a firearm and he will use it. Let's go. Early afternoon research edition. And thank you to Florida Boy Jay and the rest of you who have been sending me all the footage, the news coverage. We're playing the videos. Yes. Just bear with me. We will get to Jess Hilarious. We have to. There's no way around it. You know, she's airing people out. And let me just say right now, it's all staged. It is. I'm going to tell you from experience, it's all staged because of where radio is right now. Radio's not dead, but it's contrived. They're fighting against social media. So they're now trying to do things to regain interest in a business and or entity that is, sinking slowly. Give me some time, all right? Okay, welcome to the show. If you are tapping in from the UK, please feel free to chime in on this California gang nonsense. A bunch of old niggas who haven't learned, scamming, scheming. And I told you so. You didn't hear me, though. When I took my California road trip, what was that, 2.5 years ago, troll babies? 2.5 years ago, I spent 30 days on the road in an RV, driving from Seattle all the way through everywhere. Santa Cruz, Huntington Beach, Bumpton, Watts, Long Beach, San Diego. I finally made it down to San Diego. I was handling business and enjoying myself. And then I stopped at the Sacramento State Prison, right? It's on my IG page. I gave you a clue. I said, what's my location? Well, I'm following you. Been doing work. Matter of fact, I'm going to promote my snitchnetwork.org, And let me say early, salute to my nigga Cash Jones. Oh, this is his work. I'll say allegedly. What 100? I need you guys to chime in early. Don't worry about the algorithms. There's no way around this topic and the language. We're just going to have to make it a research throwaway show. Correct me if I'm wrong. A little over a week ago, Loose Cannon, or whenever his home got raided by the feds, his wife, his beautiful wife, she's filming the feds because they would not let her into the house. And she's streaming live and she's telling people, what went on. Or what's going on, and then Whack 100 starts talking crazy about her, and then Loose Cannon asks for the fade with Whack, right? Yes, no, how am I doing? I'm going to make sure. Stop calling me, whoever's calling me. I'm busy. I want to make sure that I got this right. So Loose Cannon then starts asking for the fade with Whack 100. I don't think Whack responded. He probably just said, oh, okay, well, sit tight. I got something coming down the pipe real quick. And whammo, there you go. There you go, and here we are, okay? That's my top story. Feds announced Rollin 60s Neighborhood Crips Gang arrest. Now, they got a lot of charges on Big U. As I said, they name him as a fugitive. So, sit tight. We'll get to that. Other topics. We will not be discussing Kanye West. Miss me with that nonsense, that fool-ass goofy. He's a goofy. I have no interest in that topic. If you want to, talk about it in the live chat amongst yourselves, knock yourself out. Oh, okay. Someone says, look at God. That's a whole fact. Look at God. I'm an atheist, but that man Spence Skrilla. Salute to you, sir. Hey, Penelope. Yes, I am allowing people to cam up this afternoon, even though it's research. Hold on a second, James. It says Star hits Cali, then indictments come down. Well, hey, go to snitchnetwork.org. I have to do work. I'm not, trying to take credit here, but I have to do work. Oh my goodness. Hey guys, has WAC 100 addressed this yet? If so, please send me the link. He and his team got it lit on Clubhouse. Okay. All right. Okay. I see you guys on the phones. Please, everybody sit tight. Let me get right to it. Okay. Let's get right down to business here. I'm going to play the NBC LA news coverage, and then I'm going to play the feds talking. Everybody sit tight. This is that's a beautiful goddamn day. What can I say? Okay. Here we go. Let me make the screen large. Pow.
Right now at 11, a big announcement from federal authorities about the Rollin 60s Neighborhood Crips Gang in South LA. Detectives have arrested multiple people, and this morning they're still looking for others. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Annabelle Sedano. Let's get right to it. We have live team coverage of this breaking news. NBC4's Michelle Vyas is in Westwood with more on the arrest. But let's get started with Alex Rozier. He was at that press conference and joins us live from downtown LA. Alex.
Yeah, they talked a lot about a number of people in this press conference, but the main focus was on a man named Eugene Henley. The feds say he committed a series of racketeering crimes, including extortion, human trafficking, fraud, and the murder of a rapper in 2021. But this same man, Eugene Henley, is known throughout the Los Angeles community. He's been involved with work, including youth charities, and the feds say he did it all to further his own criminal enterprise.
Mm-hmm. He has maintained the image of an entertainment industry entrepreneur running a music label and of somebody who gives back to the community here in Los Angeles, funding a South LA-based charity, developing options, which purports to help at youth risk escape gang life and escape the perils of gangs in high crime areas. The facts alleged in the complaint paint a very different picture. It is one of a murderer, a thief, a liar.
Eugene Henley, now considered a wanted fugitive. In the past, he's produced TV series. He has nearly 300,000 followers on Instagram, and he ran this charity. The feds say the charity received donations from celebrities, even government agencies, for what was described as charitable work. But the feds say he was still very involved in a much larger crime ring. And it wasn't just Henley that they're looking for. They've already made several arrests in connection with his alleged crimes. 4 people named in the criminal complaint are already in custody. The details of the alleged crimes were just released in dozens of pages of court documents that we are about to go through here. But the big headline right now is that Eugene Henley, a longtime self-proclaimed community activist, is now a fugitive. The FBI, among other agencies, looking for him and several other people involved in a much wider-ranging crime ring. We'll have details much later today on the NBC4 News beginning at 3 o'clock. But for now, reporting live, I'm Alex Rozier, NBC4 News.
Alex, thank you very much for that update. I'm looking forward to it. All right, so let's go to NBC4's Michelle Vyas. She's live at the federal building in Westwood, where the defendants will be processed. Michelle.
That's right. Annabelle, good morning. Right behind me, we have FBI agents and members of the Department of Justice here. This is where some of the members, the gang members from the Crips, were brought to be processed. We just saw likely one of them being driven away, who will likely be in court this afternoon. This is a big day. This is where they're processed. Many of them still need to be processed to face those federal charges. A big day, but big agents need the big get, a.k.a. Big U, Eugene Henley, now a fugitive. They think he's somewhere in Southern California, a self-proclaimed philanthropist and ringleader of the Rollin 60s Crip Gang. Here's more on the arrest from Special Agent in charge.
4 of the 19 defendants were already in custody, and 10 defendants were taken into custody in the last 24 hours. And while we're still seeking the whereabouts of 5 individuals, 3 of whom we believe we will have in custody shortly, 2 defendants are considered fugitives. They are Eugene Henley Jr., also known as Big U, and Brian Mejia.
Big U, the Crip leader turned gang interventionist, ran mafia-like enterprises, according to the feds. Developing Options was his nonprofit charity that was touted as helping gang members get out of the gang life. As we look live here, again, this is the federal building. You see the tents, you see the agents. This is where some of those defendants, innocent until proven guilty, were brought here for processing. Some still need to be processed and make their way to court. Big U looking at extensive federal charges, including the murder of an aspiring rap musician, extortion, robbery, tax fraud, and human trafficking. Anyone who knows the whereabouts of Brian Mejia or Big U, Eugene Henley Jr., is asked to call the FBI. In Westwood, Michelle Valles, NBC4 News.
Michelle, thank you very much for that. And this is a story we'll be following throughout the day on air and online. Right now on our NBCLA website, we've got more on the arrest warrants.
Okay, I just played a video from Fox 11 Los Angeles with regards to the arrest of Big U, Eugene Henley, and others. Good afternoon, troll babies. Salute to Big Diaz. I got your donation. Thank you for your support. Guys, did they get my nigga Brick Baby? Oh, I liked him. And how much time is Loose Cannon looking at? Good God Almighty. And thank you. Hi, Cherie. Got your donation. No, Cherie, I don't think the Breakfast Club is over. I really don't. And I'm not wishing for that. I'm not a Breakfast Club watcher or listener. I'm 60 years old. I haven't listened to be honest with you, urban hip-hop radio in over 20 some odd years. It's not my thing. But I do, when people send me clips, if something goes viral, I will discuss it. But I don't think it's over. I think that it's still a profitable syndicated machine. But give me a second. I'll come back to that. That's not my main focus. I know a lot of people are talking about that. And salute to you younger content creators who are, ooh, Jessica Lavius got fired. She didn't get fired. They don't want to fire her right now because she's got a contract and she just came back from, having a baby. So, no, they don't want that lawsuit. But thank you for your donation, okay? Shazam, peace, God, I got your donation, okay? Anybody want to call in and break down the backstory? I mean, I've been paying somewhat attention to what's going on, but more so, Big U, have they charged, or will they charge him, pardon me, with the murder of Nipsey Hussle? That's what I want to know. I saw a video, as many of you did, where he smiled. He was in his backyard. I think, niggas was, pumping iron. Somebody mentioned Nipsey Hussle getting killed and Big Gene laughed. Remember that? Remember that? 12 babies? Or are they going to put that on him? I'm on that I told you so shit today. I told you about his type, his kind, backstabbing, conniving, ruthless. People are saying yes. Deej, who is spamming the live chat? Please get them out of there. Whoever's spamming. Folks, do not spam the live chat. We don't like to block people, but don't be in there being a goofy. Come on. Okay. And someone says Serena Williams got the block. Oh, whoa, I like that. Dan the man. Dan the man with the bullshit. Serena Williams got the block card. Okay. All right, and let me just acknowledge a few people before I go to the phone lines. Bill Clinton got your donation. Is it DERFLA? Derfla? Okay. And Blade. Okay, Blade wants to know what part I played in the arrest of Big U. Okay. Wait a minute. I've got a few people here. Let me go to area code 862. Hey, good afternoon. Research, homework, whatever you want to call it. Big U on the run. Or you at the speed? Area code.
Yes.
862.
Good afternoon, Star. How you doing?
Good, sir. How about yourself?
I'm all right. Yeah, so Big U. So when the whole thing happened with Nipsey, well, actually, even before that, let's rewind. So let's go take it to the beginning. Okay. Big U, and I forget the white guy's name, that the bald white guy that Big U used to be with. They used to fund Nipsey Hussle's career.
Right.
And So Nipsey and Big U split. They parted ways.
Right.
So now Steve.
And at some point they squabbled up, right? At some point, Nipsey and Big U squabbled up.
Right. Steve LaBelle is the guy that I was thinking. Okay. Steve LaBelle.
Go ahead.
So at some point they squabbled up in the alley. Now, I don't know if you know the story, but Black Sam, his brother,
right.
The other day when he was barking on dude, everybody thought that Black Sam was just doing that for the cameras. Right. That's always been Black Sam. Black Sam is the reason.
Back when they were serving burgers, sir, at the opening, what was that, the restaurant or something like that?
Yes.
Come on.
Yes. Black Sam has always been like that. Right. Like it's documented. You even had Loose Cannon on the camera on video when that whole thing happened. He was getting at people saying, like, you guys think that Black Sam was doing it for the cameras or just because he was around 100 people. But Black Sam used to be in the county jail catching fades with dudes because by himself, and he's not a gangbanger or nothing. He's dolo, and he's like that.
He's always been like that. He's about that activity.
Yeah, he's
continue. I've got all the time for this bullshit, and don't forget to include my nigga 600. You know who 600 is?
Yeah, I know 600. Yeah, I know who 600.
Oh, that's my nigga. Go ahead.
So now, anybody that's been really listening to Nipsey,
right?
When he started the marathon series, the very first album, the very first marathon mixtape, he was throwing a lot of shots at Big U, but a lot of people didn't know who he was talking about.
Right.
He never named names. But he was throwing a lot of shots, and Big U knew that those shots were towards him. That was before the fade happened in the alleyway, and then there was a whole thing about Nipsey bringing YG, and that was like the straw that broke the camel's back, which is why that fade popped off in the alleyway.
Right.
Now,
because YG is blood, you're supposed to mention his gang affiliation.
Right. Correct. Now, I don't know if you know about that fade where Black Sam was busting shots in the air, and he was busting shots in the air.
Is that confirmed, or are you snitching? Is that confirmed?
No, this is confirmed. This is confirmed because originally the story was because the people in the news, and they tried to make it seem like Black Sam got into a shootout with the cops. That's not what it was.
Okay.
It was really him busting shots. So after that situation, there was a lot of tension, and then they finally pieced it up. So you'll see like there were pictures where Big U was having these little events for the football team that he was coaching, a little Pop Warner football team, and he had Nipsey there.
Now hang on a second, go back. YG is Pyru blood. I'm going to be specific here.
Yeah. I think YG is Pyru. He's Pyru.
I don't know. I'm asking you. So I'm
I'm saying yes, he is.
Go ahead.
So now, all throughout but before they pieced it up, all throughout that time, Nipsey was throwing shots at Big U because Big U was upset that he kept saying that Nipsey wasn't going to do anything without him. But as years kept progressing, Nipsey was gaining traction. And then you remember when he dropped the Crenshaw mixtape and Jay-Z bought $10,000 worth of the mixtapes, right? So now his name is buzzing. Then he drops mailbox money.
All right, so I need you to get to the action here. All that stuff you're referencing, we know that already. Tell us about the dark-skinned nigga born in the 60s. And give us more with regards to whether you think or whether you know, because I'm going to play the feds talking. Are they putting the murder of Nipsey on Eugene Henley, a.k.a. Big U?
All right, so now this is the thing with Big U. Right before Nipsey got shot, Big U had a conversation with Nipsey saying that he had a homeboy that he needed to lace up that was in jail. He wanted to put some money in his pocket, and he wanted to get him clothes. So Nipsey was on his way to the store to meet up with the dude that Big U was linking him up with Nipsey. When Nipsey gets there, that's when he gets shot. He gets shot. Now, the video that you were talking about earlier, when you said that they were talking about Nipsey and he was smiling, dudes were saying
Eugene was smiling. Big U was smiling.
Eugene was smiling. Right. But then you remember when the Crip LLC tried to trademark the Marathon Continues and all that.
Yes.
There was a woman that was the face of that, but she's connected to Big U.
Okay. Well, listen, I appreciate everything you've said. Do you know where he's at right now, Big U? Do you have any Any intel, information?
I'm sure I don't have any intel on where he's at, but I'm sure he's on the run because he doesn't want everything to get pointed back at him.
Well, that's obvious, sir, but they're saying South California. But great to hear from you, man. Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Yes, sir. Afternoon research show. All right. Anybody want to tap in? Phone lines open right now. Cash App, Super Chat. Hey, the top of the live chat is also the PayPal link for those who want to support the machine. Okay. Alejandro, I see you in the live chat, sir. All right, guys, give me a second on the Big U and the feds running down. I got more video footage I want to play. I want to speak to Jess Hilarious calling out the Breakfast Club and see if what I say makes sense. I'm not trying to say to you, don't run with whatever narrative you have, but keep in mind, radio is contrived in today's day and age. It's not dead. And the Breakfast Club is not finished. They're not. It does make money for iHeart, formerly known as Clear Channel. They don't pay the host the money that you would think. Times are different. Sales are different. The inventory is different. And that's why, they'll give you a job or anybody a job at radio. But they pay pennies on the dollar. And I don't say that to sound cool or to act like, it's beneath me. But I've had radio offers over the last 15 years. It's not profitable like it used to be. I'm almost sure that they staged this whole thing with Jess Hilarious. She went live on her Instagram yesterday, and she looked great. Oh, she had the diamonds. Her skin looked beautiful. Her luscious lips, her white teeth, her eyebrows, her eyelashes, and she had the headscarf. Go ahead, girl. Go ahead, girl. I watched a couple of clips and I said, they're trying to get the numbers up. Nielsen ratings, they're down. They're down nationwide. I'm going to play a clip with the Breakfast Club team discussing everything that's going on. And you will see that they are very calm and they're very, very cautious how they're speaking. I've been there. I have organized and staged things. I don't have to keep going back, but the whole Aaliyah stunt, everybody knew what I was going to do. Everybody. I even told certain people, stand up and act like you're bothered and curse at me and then leave. When the ratings, well, my ratings were not down, but I was new on the radio. The ratings are suffering nationwide on the Breakfast Club. Steve Harvey beats them in most markets. Did you know that? Hang on a second. I'm going to put something in the live chat for you. I've told you this before. Some of you, I guess maybe it's not that deep to you. PPM ratings are based on audience estimates and are the opinion of Nielsen Audio. Hold on a second. So everything now is electronic. PPM, the listeners and the retention and how long people stay listening. It's not like before where people used to literally fill out a diary. Back in my day, people would actually write who they listened to. Hey, I listened to this new show called Star and Buck Wild, wherever they're from, and they would then mail that back in. That was the old Arbitron ways. Now, these radio shows are fighting with everybody. So Steve Harvey has an older audience. He kills the Breakfast Club in most markets. If you notice, they say the number one hip hop show. They can never say, the number one urban radio show, because that would be Steve Harvey. Even in New York, he beats them. He beats them like rag dolls. La Mega kills them. So I do believe that this is all staged. I have no proof, but then again, I don't care. Chime in if you like. But no, she hasn't been fired to my knowledge, and they're not going to fire her. They're trying to figure out how to get you people to pay attention. Here's the last thing I'll say. Think about this. Radio does not break records anymore. radio does not control the tempo nor the tide when it comes to stories. When a story comes out, you guys, you content creators, you break the news. And radio comes, they follow. Salute to Angela Yee. She was always nice to me. Met her a few times. What was that thing she was doing called something with was it the Gossip Report or something like that? Angela Yee just got tired and said, well, gossip's an old term, you know? And what is Jess Hilarious is Jess with the mess or something like that. So anyway, I just want to give you some backstory. I think it's old stage. I could be wrong, okay? Let me go to the phone lines here. I think that's Al from Little Haiti tapping in, area code 786. Al, you there, sir?
Hey, what's going on, Star? This is Al from Little Haiti.
Good to hear from you, man. Take your time. I'm doing a little research here today.
Yeah, I want to talk about Operation Drawdown.
Yes, sir.
That's the operation that the feds have launched to take down the crime syndicate that's ran by Big U. This is something that
wait, hold on a second. Which he denied he was even a Rollin 60s Crip on Vlad TV over 5 years ago. He denied it. Go ahead.
Yeah, he did deny that he was a part of Rollin 60s Crip, but he's also the owner and the leader of this nonprofit organization called Developing Options,
right,
which is a gang deterrent organization to help at-risk youth, and as well as reintegrating former gang members into society. From what I read and from my understanding of the organization,
yeah.
But what they were saying was that Big U was embezzling donations that was meant for the charity for his own personal needs. He pulled out a $200,000 PPP loan as well, which is also being under investigated. And me personally, what I feel LA is doing is because I think they're cleaning up the streets for the Winter Olympics in LA.
Okay.
You know, little by little. They have to start off with the homeless population that's scattered all through LA, all through the affluent areas, and just causing a deterrent with the aesthetics of the land, if that makes sense.
It does. And if I can just jump in here for a second, I do believe he's a rat, always has been. Big U. I have no solid proof, and I'm not saying that to be malicious, but you cannot be on the streets in the open with his type of track record, collecting money and getting your weight back up, so to speak, and not be in line with the authorities. They're not going to let you get a second round of popularity and be some type of force to be reckoned with. I just want to say that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off, but it's also I want to say it's the James, like the Whitey Bulger effect. Where you're working with law enforcement and still committing criminal activities and crime to benefit your overall bottom line. Big U has been a thorn in LA. He was actually once banned from LA, if I'm not mistaken, to Chicago, where he spent some time and then migrated his way back to LA to work with law enforcement. This is my speculations. I have no evidence to what I'm currently saying as far as him working with authorities. This is just me speculating. But in order to be received back into LA, being a noted figurehead in the Rollin 60s
gang member,
which is one of the largest gangs organized in LA. If you ever been to prison, the Rollin 60s card is the biggest. I'm just giving context for these.
I hate to jump in and
mean to laugh. I'll mean to laugh.
Hold on, no. Go ahead. I hate to jump in. I want anybody to either call in, chime in. What has Cash Jones said? I do believe, I have no proof, that Wack lined this nigga up. They were beefing a couple of years ago. They used to be cooler than cool. Their wives know each other.
I want to say this. I want to say both of these guys were working with the police. Wack 100 was just smart enough to play Big U out of position and align himself with his with Big U's side. Like he had I forget the guy's name, 600 and Loose Cannon. Both of these guys are notable 60s gang members, right? So these guys are both a part of the Rollin card, but yet they ride for Wack 100. And we all seen how Big
they used to
were both hand in hand. Go ahead.
They used to, because Loose Cannon was just calling Wack 100 out for the fade. Did you know that?
Yes, but I also saw Loose Cannon on No Jumper early this morning. Yeah, this morning, just working.
That's
I seen it this morning working out. I just heard it this morning working out, where he was on the phone with Wack 100 in a sense, in a sense hurt, because I listened to the tone of the conversation. Mm-hmm. He was hurt like a nephew that was disappointed that his uncle wasn't there for him. And I even heard Wack 100 say, I'm the godfather to your child. So their relationship is intimate. So
I hate to cut you short. I got to get back to the feds talking so I can get more in-depth notes on this, but I appreciate you, man.
Hey, no problem, man. Enjoying the show.
Thank you. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure Wack 100 was on the phone with Loose Cannon trying to, smooth things out, because, the button had already been pushed. Troll Babies, did they lock up my nigga Brick Baby? Oh, my goodness. Did Brick Baby go down? Oh, Dan, Dan, we don't do $1.99 donations, sir. If you can put another 3 on that, man, we'll get that right on the screen. Okay, hold on a second. Big Killer. Okay, that's my alleged daughter. She says, Jess Hilarious is unprofessional, Pops. It's not fake. Okay, well, call in, Killer, if you like to. I think that they are turning this into a marketing tool for them. I do believe that. I don't think that they're going to reprimand her, in a way that causes a legal issue, but I think it's staged. I do personally. East New York got your donation. He says, I think No Jumper lined up Big U. Well, who? Adam 22? I've never met Adam. We exchanged DMs one time. I can't say no, but I don't think that's his mission or objective. I could be wrong. J2000 got your donation. Do we thank the Trump administration? I don't know, sir. Do we? Do we thank the Trump administration for these arrests? New scum and Karen base don't focus on crime. Could be. I don't know. Here's what I do know, though. I don't think there's going to be any ripple effect, by way of gang members. Gangs move different now in LA and everywhere, in every goddamn state. Nobody wants a gang war. Nobody's getting out there, ripping shots out of Glocks. Everybody's telling now. That's how you take down your enemies. You tell. Who wants to get out there and risk 20 years for shooting somebody? It doesn't make sense. Hang on a second. Let me go to area code. Here's somebody from LA. CVR, can you stay on topic? CVR, can you stay on topic?
Peace, Star. You already know, man. Straight up. So you already know 626 representing 91803 original. Right now I'm reporting live from Arizona. And
but you're from California, yes? From California.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yep. What can I use expletives?
You don't need to. It's too early. I mean, you can, but you don't.
Too early.
You don't need to. What's going on? So, did you see the?
Not a problem, sir.
Did you see the news coverage? Big U's on the run, and they locked up a bunch of Rollin 60s Crips.
I'm glad. I'm honestly really glad about this situation.
Okay.
Now, I was in when I was in foster care, I was in 90043, so that's 54th and 6th. That's a couple blocks away from Neighborhood 60s. That's where Nipsey Hussle is from. I actually got schooled on how to fight and things of that nature and defend myself over on 62nd. Neighborhood 60s is a offshoot of Rollin 60s, so that's basically it's like in the same conglomerate. And I'm not really, I'm not big on those gangs when it comes down to the way that they get down.
Did they rob you? Did they make you run your pockets? Did they extort you?
The only time that I was ever robbed was in Inglewood for a pair of white Nikes. But then because my brother-in-law at the time was from Inglewood family, I got those Nikes back. So I never was technically really robbed, but yeah, I did.
But they took the white Nikes and you had to walk home in your socks or what?
Nope. I sat at that bus stop and then they talked on the other side of the street near the Papa John's on 111th and Imperial. And then they came back and gave me my Nikes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's stay on topic. Big U on the run. Who do you know of that has been arrested? Did it get my nigga Brick Baby? I'm about to play some more footage here about Brick Baby. Did it get him?
Now I don't know any of these cats, man. I think that they're coons and buffoons. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to just the culture, they don't really represent what Tookie Williams, decided to create the Crip faction for. It's deviated and degenerated over the years, and a person like Big U creating his own Crip sect. You know what I mean? The sect isn't for the original mission of something being close to, like, say, the Black Panthers. You know what I mean? Instead, it's just degenerated into a way to launder and to embezzle money. Now, this is the same thing that I have with Nipsey Hussle. I see that his brother just opened up another burger restaurant.
Yeah.
Now,
see, I don't mean to cut you short, man, but we know all that. Man, listen, I got to get back to the footage, man. Great to hear from you.
All right, peace.
Thank you, sir. The fuck is he talking about? The Black Panthers and Tookie Williams. In the words of Sweet Brown, ain't nobody got time for that. Everybody sit tight. Sit tight. This is going to be a lengthy research edition. And Marcus, I got your donation. So Marcus, Google Portable People Meter. That's what PPM stands for. Portable People Meter. With regards to, the New York City ratings and all that sort of jazz, man. Okay, that I already played that one. Everybody give me a second. I got to get my information lined up here. And thank you, Florida Boy Jay. I got your information as well. Just Hilarious. Okay, yeah, calling about the Just Hilarious stuff. I'm not going to sit here and just, act like that's such a matter of concern to me. It's not. It's really not. But I know you guys want to hear about it. Okay, this is the official announcement from the feds. Okay, everybody pay attention.
Good morning. I'm Joe McNally, the acting United States Attorney here in Los Angeles. Today, we're here to announce federal criminal charges against Eugene Henley Jr., a career criminal known as Big U, who used his contacts and leadership role in the Crips criminal street gang, the entertainment industry, and a youth charity to further his own criminal enterprise, an enterprise that engaged in murder, extortion, robbery, human trafficking, COVID fraud, and other felonies. Mr. Henley and several other individuals linked to him and his criminal enterprise were charged in a criminal complaint with federal racketeering conspiracy. Mr. Henley is a fugitive, and he is currently wanted by federal law enforcement. Other individuals linked to his criminal enterprise were arrested today, approximately 10 defendants who are charged in various indictments. Again, Mr. Henley is a fugitive. 4 defendants are in state custody and will be transferred into federal custody. And we are still seeking Mr. Henley and another fugitive. The Department of Justice's top priority is eliminating violent crime caused by criminal street gangs and organized crime. These organizations cause a tremendous amount of harm in our communities. And today's arrests are part of our office's efforts, FBI, IRS, LAPD, the team you see up here, to make our community safer and rid our streets of these criminal street gangs, including ones operated by violent felons like Mr. Henley, who are posing as savvy businessmen and community leaders, but in the end are violent criminals. The affidavit filed with criminal complaint alleges that Mr. Henley operated Big U Enterprises, a mafia-like organization that utilized Mr. Henley's stature and long-standing association with the Crips criminal street gang and other gangs here in Los Angeles to intimidate businesses and individuals in our communities. I want to stress that the allegations here in the complaint are allegations only, and the defendants are presumed innocent until proven otherwise. Let me talk a little bit about Mr. Henley and the street gang here. As I said, Mr. Henley is a widely known leader within the Rollin 60s. He rose to prominence in that gang decades ago, and he has since been a fixture on the internet talk shows and podcasts, all things that law enforcement have looked at closely as part of this investigation. He has maintained the image of an entertainment industry entrepreneur running a music label and of somebody who gives back to the community here in Los Angeles, funding a South LA-based charity, Developing Options, which purports to help at youth risk escape gang life and escape the perils of gangs in high crime areas. The facts alleged in the complaint paint a very different picture. It is one of a murderer, a thief, a liar, and a cheat, and the criminals that enabled him. For example, Mr. Henley engaged in a murder of a musician signed to his label in 2021 and dumped the victim's body in Las Vegas off of the I-15 freeway. He then attempted to evade and obstruct the investigation into the murder, including ordering witnesses not to speak with law enforcement. Henley's criminal enterprise also engaged in other crimes, including transporting prostitutes across state lines, extorting strip clubs, marijuana dispensaries, and other businesses, and fraudulently applying for COVID loans in the form of a business relief loan. On that application, Mr. Henley falsely stated that his music label, Unique Music, operated at a $200,000 profit in 2019 and was entitled to government assistance, despite the reality that the company had operated at a loss and was ineligible for such relief. Finally, Mr. Henley is accused of embezzling donations made by celebrities, professional athletes, and businesses to his charity, Developing Options, which, as I said, purports to give South LA at-risk youth alternatives to gang violence, drugs, and other criminal activity. Henley used this charity as a front. He used it to conceal his fraudulent activities, his criminal enterprises activities, and evade detection from law enforcement. If convicted on the racketeering conspiracy, he and his co-conspirators face approximately a 20-year federal prison sentence. I want to thank our federal law enforcement partners, our state law enforcement partners who brought about the result here today. The Los Angeles Metropolitan Gang Task Force from the FBI. It's comprised of FBI agents, LAPD officers, IRS criminal investigation, the U.S. Department of Justice Inspector General's Office, Los Angeles Police Department, the North Las Vegas Police Department. This case is a great example of state and federal law enforcement working together to address harm from a criminal enterprise. I also want to thank our prosecutors, Assistant U.S. Attorneys Kevin Butler.
I'm going to jump in right here. Okay, I'm going to jump in right here because when the feds start thanking all of the other affiliates that worked on the case, I don't want to hear that shit. Even if some of these charges are trumped up charges, it says to me that Big U was working with the authorities and he did not fulfill his obligations with regards to telling on somebody or doing something that they needed done. So you can't be a rat and then all of a sudden, I don't want to tell on this person or that person. No, you got to tell. You got to tell. You're old. Just like Keefe D. You know, old nigga sitting in jail crying. Well, nigga, you've been telling. Now you're old and you're thinking about you want to play with your grandkids. fuck out of here. Let me go to area code 917. 917, good afternoon. We're talking about the feds running down on the Rollin 60s Crips. Are you there? Are you up to speed?
Yeah, I'm here, Star, man. What's up, man? Shout out to Star Report. Check this out, man. I don't know why anybody's surprised. They gangsters, they gang members, self-proclaimed. They at the 60s days, they at the DPs, they all in the alleyways, extortion. I mean, what's surprising about it? Gangsters go to jail. Gang members go to jail. I mean, like we know what's going to happen, and especially if you're getting some kind of money. And I do agree with what you said. I think he was working.
Yeah,
he was working, and like you said, he didn't fulfill his obligations. You can't have 1 foot in and 1 foot out.
Yeah,
he's either going to be a full gangster or you're going to be a full rat.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? And either way, if you play around, either way you fucked in both sides, on both sides. You know what I mean? So if you're going to be a rat, tell it all.
Yeah.
You even got to tell on yourself.
Let me ask you this. I have no proof, but in my opinion, Cash Jones pushed a button on those niggas. Whack 100, what do you think?
Yeah, I seen that a long time ago. I actually think
Hold on a second. What is the name of his clubhouse team? Is it anybody know? Them niggas get busy.
The exposers. It's a gang of them niggas.
Yeah.
They go crazy.
They get busy.
Put the APB out on anybody.
They get busy.
Put the APB out on anybody.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, but I think Wack put the boys on him. I think 600. I think Wack. I think them dudes is agents. Like literally, cause they got a way of stirring up some nonsense. They got a way of instigating some stuff. Yeah. And then next thing you know, everybody's on the internet telling on it.
Now hang on a second. You sound like a nigga who knows what you're talking about. 600. He rides around in his vehicle, trying to
with a badge on.
Yeah, really trying to get at Big U. What happened? Weren't they cool at one time? Were they bodyguards together? What happened between those niggas?
I don't even know how 600 is 60s. I just don't see him being a part of that. I see him being an agent. That's what I get from him. Know what I'm saying? Like,
but didn't they used to be cool? Him and
I don't think so.
No? Okay.
I don't think so. I'm thinking like 600 maybe was his agent on the street.
Right.
Yo, you get with me, you tell me the business.
Right.
Know what I'm saying? I don't see 600 being a gangster. I see him, he moved like an agent.
Yeah. Okay.
Everything about him.
Gotcha. Hey man, I appreciate the call. I'm gonna get back to more of the video footage, man. Salute. Thank you for tapping in.
No doubt. Salute.
Yes,
salute.
sir. Okay, all right. Let's go to area code 202. Good afternoon. We're doing a little research here.
Yo.
Feds.
How's it going?
What's going on, sir? How are you?
How's it going, Star?
You have the floor,
How are you?
sir. You have the floor.
Yeah, I mean, these people are where they belong. I mean, they all belong in jail. LA is basically.
Is this Aaron? Is this Aaron?
Yes.
Hey,
yes,
man.
Yes.
Good to hear from
What's
you.
up?
It's been a while.
Yeah, so, yeah, bro. I mean, this is the culture that they said Drake was not from.
Right.
And this culture is exactly where it belongs. It belongs in jail.
Yeah.
Right? And people don't understand that jail helps some people out.
Yeah.
Some people get better when they go to prison. Some people start to read, they lift weights. I mean, I know it's like the Charleston White old adage of going to jail, but I've seen it with some family members that I've seen go to jail, and they come out and they look completely different.
Mm-hmm.
They've completely changed themselves. And these people need to go to jail. I saw that guy, the one with the real fat face, that loose cannon guy. He looks like a beaver with a bad mustache. I saw him. So 8 or 9 of you jumped a guy outside of no jumper. You stripped him of his clothes.
Right.
Yeah, you belong in jail. The world is a better place without you. So the other guy on there, the one with the dreads, he sounds mentally retarded.
Brick baby.
To be frank with you. Yeah, he sounds like sounds like a crack baby. Yeah, he sounds crack baby should be his real name. So they're at home. They're where they belong.
Yeah.
They belong in prison, and maybe they can get rehabilitated. You know what I mean? Like maybe we can actually get some rehabilitation. I don't know about the rest of these people, but those two should be in jail. I don't necessarily like I mean, these are bad people. And I mean, you're gang banging. This isn't the 80s anymore. Yeah. We're in 2025 and people are still gang banging.
If I can jump in.
And it's not.
If I can jump in.
Yeah.
I like what you said. This is the culture that was trying to, or did, exclude Drake.
Thank God.
Thank God. I just want to focus on that for a second because, and this is not to say that Kendrick Lamar is a bad person, but, you know, he uses the whole Compton card to advance the I guess his philosophy, music, and what have you. Big U has been a problematic person for decades, and I'm just glad that they have finally ran down on him. I never believed that he had changed his life or changed his ways. That sinister ran, and I'm looking at him like, wow, finally. Any thoughts on whether you think WAC 100 had anything to do with this or not, or do you not care? WAC 100.
I don't necessarily care. I don't necessarily care. But,
okay.
I mean, they're doing what they do. I get what they're doing. These guys are doing what they're doing. They're jumping people, and they're doing what gangsters in black neighborhoods have done from the beginning. You're jumping and robbing people who are weaker than you. Now, when those Mexicans came into California and punked you out the drug game, which they did, when they punked you out the drug game, right? I didn't see you. Where was your not like us for them? Where was the culture at then?
Talk about
when you got forcibly removed. Not how to say it. We get it. You run the online sphere. You can talk for a living. We get that. You run all of the media and all of the blogs. But when Pablo and Juanito came and said, this is our neighborhood now, we control the dope trade, you tucked your tail and you ran. I get it. If people are weaker than you, you can beat them. But when a real challenge comes to you, you lose, you fold. Right. My thing is this. I'm curious about this gang, right? Why didn't any of you crash out when the Fed showed up at your door? When the 6'5" white boys from Montana showed up at your door, you all went in peaceably.
Good point.
We get it. We get it. You can beat up people and strip them and rob them of their clothes when they're 20 years younger than you. We get it. We get it. So
why aren't we seeing a shootout and doors barricaded?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why no hostages, no human shit. See, this is why you're not really oppressed. Right? Because a Palestinian would not have went like this. The Palestinians would not have went. The Taliban would not have went like this. The cartel would not have went like this.
Right.
The mafia, but you did. Okay, because we get it. You are a tough guy to the non-tough guys. We get it. You rob old women, right? And you shoot kids and you beat up old people, or you beat up people that are not looking to be in the streets. But when people are looking to be in the streets, you tuck your tail.
Right.
It's like you're the guy you dunk on high schoolers as a G League player. We get it. So
Aaron's cooking.
But it's a better day. It's a better day in LA now.
Yeah, I got more video footage that I'm gonna be playing.
They should send them to that prison in El Salvador.
Yeah.
They should do that. They should go. They should take them there. You should. Yeah. It's not me. I'm with the culture feeling. Yeah, go play not like us in El Salvador.
We actually made reference to that the other day when we were talking about Venezuelans being sent to El Salvador. So that's a good idea. I don't know if it'll happen or not. But anything else you want to mention? Are you a Breakfast Club listener? Jess Hilarious went 10 toes down, and it's big news. Ooh, she's leaving. Ooh, she got fired. I mean, do you care?
Yeah, I mean, I try not to listen to that station. I try not to listen to industry plants that get controlled by people with left-wing agendas.
Right.
I try to listen to you.
Oh, thank you.
I try to listen to the real people. I try to spend my money with the real people. Those guys are cooked.
Yeah.
And their station is horrible. And it's obvious that they have an agenda. So
I think so.
You know, they're on that Kendrick Lamar train. So, you know, they get paid from probably UMG too, like the rest of them. But yeah. But all right, man, I'm going to holler at you later. Love the work you're doing. And I'll always be a supporter, man.
Thank you, Aaron. Salute.
All right.
Yes,
all
sir.
Right.
All right.
All right, peace.
Aaron tapping in. Good to hear from him. Cherie, I got your donation. Thank you, young lady. Guys, before I forget, are there any private investigators in New York City that would like to exchange some work for some promotion? Any private investigators in New York City? Let me put my email address on the screen. Some type of barter deal. I would love to talk to you. That's my email address, you know. And for further information, you can go to snitchnetwork.org. That's one of my platforms. Private investigators in the New York tri-state. Anybody who's available, I will promote you here on this platform, the Star Report, okay? Or if anybody knows anybody, a private investigator, please reach out to me. Someone's on the line. Who's on the line that I haven't picked up? Give me a second. Did we speak yet? Hold on. And guys, you can call in about the Breakfast Club and just hilarious. I'm not saying we can't discuss it. I just think that, you know, it's this is what they're doing to get interest built back up again in the show. They're losing in multiple markets. I spoke to a program director months ago about Houston, Texas. Is the Breakfast Club still in Texas? They were getting beat half to death down there, and the Atlanta area as well. But don't mind me. All right, let's go to area code 312. Hey there, thank you for your patience. Area code 312. We're discussing the feds and the
What's good with you? What's good with you, Mr. Star?
Hey man, how are you, sir?
Not too bad. Hey, well, listen, man. These young boys out here, they gang banging now, man. They're not gangsters no more, man.
Okay.
They're not gangsters no more. They gang bang. All that running up on innocent people and all that BS. That's not being no damn gangster, man. And I don't agree with your last call about just throwing away in the prisons like that. I worked in the prisons for 20 years.
Okay.
And but they had the streets like that for the sole purpose because they knew they was gonna ruin the streets like this. They're like they did here in Chicago, man. Because back in the days, you couldn't be on no random acts like what they're doing now across the country.
Okay.
You would get that dome split to you. They would send them, talk to your mother, tell them to get some burial insurance on you, and they'll handle that. But now they can't call themselves gangsters no more. They can't call themselves gangsters no more. But
were you a correctional officer, sir, for the last 20 years?
Yeah, I was a correctional officer at Stateville for 20 years, man.
Okay.
Yeah, for 20 years. And I must admit, from what I saw, the way these streets are now, this was well designed across this country because they knew these young boys were gonna blow it, and which they did. They blew it, man. They blew it. They weren't organized. I mean, there was nothing to their whereabouts, and so they can just round them up randomly like they did, like you said they're doing now, and just be done with them, man. So
if I can jump in, stay with me. I appreciate your knowledge in this particular area. When you say well-designed, you mean by the dominant society, or are you talking about those who control the prisons? Who's the designer of what we have now?
What we have now on these streets was put in place, I would say, by the dominant society. You know, back in the 80s.
I would say white supremacy, yes, but now hold on a second. Let's stay current. We can say white supremacy, but there's got to be somewhere, somehow, some way that the people who go in and out of this system are to blame as well. And I'm just asking, I don't know. Would you say that there's a breakdown and there's no longer a common thread of decency? Common thread of decency. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because they destroyed the hierarchy in the gangs throughout the 70s and the 80s. Okay. When those guys was in place, the El Rukins and I don't know what they was doing in New York or what have you, but when those guys was in place, you didn't have no random acts like you see now, man. I'm sure it was like that in New York. Okay. You didn't have no random acts. People just jumping on, people walking up and down the street and getting mugged and man, them people come knock at your door, partner. Tell your mother, get some burial insurance on this third. Okay. And we gonna handle this, man.
Okay. Okay.
But see, but my point is, I'm reaching for this. By them having the streets like this, they can control the drugs in particular. You understand what I'm saying?
I hear you. I just, I have no real in-depth knowledge here. I've never been to the penitentiary yet, so there's only been so far I can go. But you know the inner workings. So I appreciate your call, man. Thank you,
my man. All right, in a minute.
Yes, sir. Okay, in a minute. Damn, I haven't heard that in 30 years. In a minute. Damn. Okay, Just B says, your caller sounds like he wears suspenders with his jeans. Okay. Okay. Salute again, Aaron. Aaron sent another donation. Hey, man, good to hear from you. Okay, what is it? Something about some type of nigga shit here. Is this new? Guys, hold on a second. Let me watch a video behind the scenes. I don't want to just play everything, on the screen. Supposedly loose cannon got caught slipping. Okay, I see loose cannon entering a building, but the goddamn camera work is so crazy. I can't play that. Thank you anyway. King 360. Yeah, that's crazy. Blade says, Star, do you think Big U will be taken alive, or will the old grimy nigga go out in a blaze of glory like Bon Jovi? Well, an old nigga like that doesn't want to go back to the penitentiary. He's not scared to go, but he doesn't want to go. He just doesn't want to go. He's got a taste of the good life, He's more than likely, he just didn't tell. They wanted him to tell, and I guess maybe he was a little too used to getting money. Wait a minute. Somebody says Whack 100 speaks. What is this? Okay, is Whack 100 live somewhere? I don't want to play somebody's live. Okay, hold on. This looks like a live broadcast. I'm not playing anyone's live broadcast. Can you send me a timestamp, sir? Hold on. Send timestamp. I don't like playing people's videos. I'll play the news, but that's about it. Area code 272. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. We're talking about the breaking news. The Rollin 60s Neighborhood Crips arrested. Are you there?
Yeah, what's going on, Star? This is Quad. Man, they got what they deserve.
How are you,
they got what they deserve. Send them all to jail, all of them, every last one of them. They've been doing too much in the last couple of months. If they ain't on Clubhouse snitching on each other, they on Adam 22 snitching on each other. But at the same aspect, Wack kept calling it. Wack kept saying it. Wack kept saying it in Clubhouse. He said, Big U about to go to jail. Big U about to go to jail. He kept telling them that Big U, he told Luce, if you go back, I don't know if you go on Clubhouse, but if you go back to Clubhouse a couple of months ago, he told Lucius, he said, Lucius, he told him that I got a word, the Fed's about to come down on Big U. He told him that. And then recently they had on Wack, Luce, and Brick Baby, they all had a falling out on Adam 22.
Yes.
You understand? So now y'all threatening each other, talking about y'all want the fade, y'all go on these networks, right? Y'all go on these networks and telling each other. Brick Baby recently, a couple of months ago, was talking about how he robbed one of Gucci Mans and stuff like that. You understand?
Hang on a second. Is Brick Baby on pills? Because his speech pattern when he's on No Jumper, you know, it sounds like somebody who's either on a perk 10 or a perk 30. And
he's definitely on something.
Okay, and I am up to speed on Loose Cannon wanted to fade with Wack 100 because when the feds raided Loose Cannon's house, Loose Cannon's wife was, you know, filming it or streaming it. And then Wack 100 was talking a little spicy about her. And then Loose Cannon called out Wack 100 for the fade, right?
Yeah. But when they was on, when
the hater misses nothing.
Adam, when they was on Adam 22, Wack was telling Lucius like he wasn't saying none of that stuff. And Lucius was like, nah, what would you say? When he was like, nah, you can ask Adam 22. Now, Adam 22 had the phone. He was playing it cool like he don't know nothing and stuff like that. He kept waving his hand like he don't want to be in the middle of it.
I don't blame him.
Right?
I don't blame him. Yeah.
Right? So Lucius, and that's when Lucius said, yo, you know, we can get the fade. And then Wack kept saying, bro, it ain't you make it sound more. He said, but that's what it is. We can line it up, this and that, and stuff like that. But the problem is this. What I learned, and I've been watching all these shows, anytime they go on Adam 22, right, they always talking about somebody or what they did. And Adam 22, he sit there, he let them talk, and he laugh. And
as he should. As he should.
Right?
We can't blame Adam 22. These niggas love to tell them themselves. Now, hold on a second, Quala, before I forget, because you are the guy who keeps me up to speed on the T. Guys, this is Quala from New Jersey, who I'm talking to. What happened, or where is Donut, who's Ray J's security? Aaron the plumber called him out for the fade. What happened with that?
So here's the thing with that. You also had Aaron and Wack going at each other a week ago too.
I know that, but hang on. I specifically want to know because Donut spit on Aaron the plumber's back. And he said, I need that fade. So any updates on that? Troll babies?
No, there was no updates on that. No updates on that.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Now, as far as Big U, when it comes to Big U, Wack, if you listen to whether you believe what Wack say or not, Wack kept saying that the word on the street, Big U was extorting people. Okay.
I agree.
So he kept saying that. He kept saying that, right? So then what happened was with that, when that happened with Wack and them and stuff like that, he kept mentioning. So then,
all right, listen, Quala, if you're busy, man, go handle your business because you sound like you're in the middle of something, man. You want to call back? I don't want to.
No, we good.
Okay.
So then what happened was with Big U and stuff like that, Wack kept saying stuff to Big U. Big U kept telling everybody that Wack was a rat. Rat was a rat.
Yeah. We know this.
But the last couple of weeks, he kept telling Luce, like, the Fed's about to come down on Big U. The Fed's about to come down on Big U. The Fed's about to come down on Big U. And look what happened. All of them got caught up.
Yes,
but they constantly was going on Clubhouse, telling on each other, going to Adam. They got everything they needed on. Y'all was open book. Y'all told them what y'all was doing.
Hold on a second. Quala East New York says, Star, we need Quando Rondo to take the stand. That's a whole fact. Hey, they killed his homie, lit up his SUV like a Christmas tree. Thank you for the donation.
And the Breakfast Club, and the Breakfast Club is over. It's over for the Breakfast Club.
I don't think
it's over.
I don't think so.
Here's why. Here's why I'm gonna tell you what's going on right now with the Breakfast Club. The Breakfast Club problem is they're not getting the viewership they used to get, right?
This we know.
And that's been, and what's happening is that everybody now knows I don't got to pay the radio station to go and promote my music no more. I can run to these podcasts now and do it, right? And it's crazy because I remember Joe on his podcast, he talked about it.
Joe Budden?
He said, Joe Budden talked about it on the podcast. He said, it's over for the Breakfast Club. He said, nobody's paying y'all no more. They ain't got to pay y'all no more. And he said, not only that, they can go to a podcast and give a podcast $3,000 to promote their album. They're giving y'all $15,000 to $20,000. And then the problem is the algorithm, right? The Breakfast Club, nobody's looking for the Breakfast Club no more. Everybody's looking what's going on in the podcast. Nobody's worrying about the Breakfast Club.
We actually said that earlier. Kuala, listen, man, I got to take other calls. Great to hear from you, man. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Yeah, we've said that earlier, or I did, with regards to the Breakfast Club. It's contrived, and that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. There will always be radio, but its format does not necessarily give today's listeners or viewers what they need. There's too many choices, options. Nobody driving in the morning or whatever you're doing in the morning, you're not going to sit through a goddamn block of commercials. Call in, phone lines open and feel like. All right, let me go to area code 215. Good evening, good afternoon. We're talking about the raid. The feds ran down. Big U's on the run. Are you up to speed? 2, 1.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, Mr. Terrain. Hope you're having a wonderful afternoon, soon to be evening.
Okay.
On the Big U situation, the Olympics are coming to LA in 2028, and them brothers ain't getting no money. They're not extorting not one penny out of that Olympic money that's going to be there in 3 years. They're going to get them all off the street.
Okay.
Yes. So when you see Big U go down and you see the large number of gang members go down, it is what it is. They in the trap, and they had nowhere to go. They all bottled up. They're going to scoop them up, take them out, gentrify that area, make it nice and pretty for the Olympics, and keep them broke.
Okay.
Crime don't pay, streets are a mess.
Are you yourself someone who is in the LA area? You don't have to say where you're from exactly.
No, I'm from Philadelphia.
Okay.
But again, this is the plan. They're pushing that gang culture. Because even Philadelphia, they not arresting people by ones and twos anymore.
Right.
They're arresting people in groups. And when you arrest people in groups, it makes it easier to occupy a section or a geographical section or a geographical area when you arrest them in those groups.
Okay.
So you arrest them in those groups, get rid of them, you have that area. Okay. It's not about getting a person, it's about getting the area.
Gotcha.
So by getting everybody on that same page as far as that gang culture, now, as opposed to arresting people one by one, you throw RICO, arrest 40 of them, get them out of here.
Are you a homeowner? Are you a father? A married man?
I'm both.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I'm two out of three.
Mm-hmm. I'm not asking you to agree with me, but would you say that allowing these degenerates to operate on the streets for as long as they have been operating, do you think that there's a incentive from law enforcement to let them keep doing what they do, and at some point in time we'll bring them in, but let's leave them out there? What do you think about that theory?
It's an incentive to get them operating as a gang and as a group. Like I said, the incentive is to get them operating as a gang, as a group, so that way they don't have to arrest one person. They arrest people. Right. They arrest groups of people. So that's the incentive. Okay. The incentive is to allow the gang culture to grow and the gang mentality to grow so that the work is easier. Okay. But as far as it's a thing called culling the herd. And I think at this point, the black community is going to be better off when, and I'm trying to be sensitive in saying this, but when the pathway is clear for progressive, positive black men that actually want to do something can move effectively.
Okay, I appreciate it.
And that's all.
Thank
all
you.
right, man, take it easy.
Okay, thank you. I've got another news broadcast I want to play. Guys, I do a lot of research in the afternoons, early evenings with regards to these topics, and especially this one. It's breaking news, so I want to be as informed as I can. Maurizio, I got your donation, sir. Thank you for tapping in. 105 fam, I got your donation, sir, via PayPal from the top of the live chat. Salute Star, Loose Cannon alleged that Big U keeps a log of the serial numbers of the guns he sells to his associates. That's crazy. I can believe that. I can believe that. Lunar Glider taps in. Salute Star, the streets are a little safer today. Suge Knight and Big U will be hosting a collect call clubhouse space in the near future. Happily Married says nothing makes Star happier than an old dark-skinned nigga from the 60s taking an L. That's a whole fact. That's a whole fact. Those old niggas laid down Malcolm X, Soul Brothers style. Get your hand out my pocket, right? Remember that? Let's go to area code 774. Good afternoon, good evening. We're talking about the feds running down and Big U's on the run. Are you there? Good afternoon.
Yeah, I'm here, Star.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Star, can you hear me, Star?
No, sir. Can you call back? Where you calling from? 443? Can't hear you.
Yeah, I'm calling from 443.
You're on a fly nigga headset, sir, and you're killing the vibe. I'll give you 15 seconds. Make the adjustments.
All right, I'm here. I'm here. You should be able to hear me clearer. I took it off, Star.
What's going on with you, man? Yes, sir.
Yeah, well, first of all, man, like I always call, man, you're a living legend, Star, you old nigga. I love the Star Report.
Thank
but
you.
look,
I
I know you talking about the Big U thing. I'm gonna be honest with you, Star. I called in about the Breakfast Club. I don't really know what's going on with the LA.
Let's go.
Out there,
Let's
man.
go. Let's go.
Rest in peace, the Neighborhood Nip. But the Breakfast Club, Breakfast Club, man, you got two of the lamest niggas in the history of so-called urban radio up there, and Angela Yee Ben Sword, like Charlemagne, he's a super clown. You know what I mean? He tap dance and shoe shine when he around them white folks and corporate, but then he want to come down and lean on the little black girl, little mama, and make her cry on it. He's a lame, what you call him, a goofy, envy a goofy. And you know, he put his little baby girl in a thong and put her out there on Halloween. Easy. Okay, he's a goofball though, but they two goofballs. So Angela Yee got out of there. So just hilarious. She from here, Baltimore, where I come from. I watched her come up in the ranks. She saying she had two good lollipops. She licked them suckers, got a big contract. Yeah. But her mistake, Star, her mistake was you can't move the side chick in the house when you go on maternity leave. You know what I mean? The girl Lauren came in and she was about her business. And by the time Just Hilarious came back to the house with the baby in her arms, she's like, the side chick done moved all her clothes in the main bedroom closet.
That's a fact.
That's all I'm saying. So I say all that to say, Star, I don't see what you see about, it being staged. I think it's real.
Real nigga, you know what I mean? Real shit.
Yeah, I think it's I do, Star. That's
okay. Well, hang on. There's no rush. Okay, so if you see it as real shit, what happens now? Where do you go from here if it's real? And I'm not saying it's not real. I'm just giving you my opinion, but never mind my opinion. What happens now?
Right. And I respect your opinion on it. But what happens now, Star? I believe that they in a bit of a quagmire because this new girl Lauren, she brings a different element. She's so professional. She out that TMZ mob. You know what I mean? She brings something that just ghetto ass just can't even bring to the table. She don't cross her T's and dot her I's like this young girl Lauren. But conversely, though, Star, the girl Jess, You know what I mean? Shout out to my homie from Baltimore. She
So we don't do shout outs, but go ahead. Please don't
oh, my
do that.
bad, my bad. All right, my bad.
You know
all
that.
right,
Go
my
ahead,
bad.
go ahead.
All right, I know that. My bad. But listen, she brings something to the table that, you know, the young girl Lon don't bring, that ratchet element, the comedic element. So I think they're gonna have to find out a way to fit all four of them in, which I don't think is a great idea because it's always been a 3-man show.
Well,
but yeah, that's. Mm-hmm.
Well, hang on a second. Stay with me now.
Sure.
Again, I'm not a Breakfast Club listener, and you know, so I don't know what other than the numbers, which I do know what the PPM numbers look like because again, I speak to radio executives from time to time, and they've spoken to me about different markets, and you know, at my age, I'm just not interested. I mean, never say never, but I'm not interested in doing a throwback radio show on a radio station. So, you know, what happens now to that show? They're not going to dismantle the show unless, you know, somebody gets arrested, which would be a strong violation against the contract. What happens now?
Absolutely
you listen
not.
to it. You listen to it. Don't say you don't.
And not really, but I know probably more than you do. I see where you come from. But yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right, Star. They are not going to dismantle that show because them two tap dancing bootlickers up there, Envy and Charlemagne, they need that. So they're going to do anything to save it. But I just think that they're going to play both of them girls against each other.
Okay.
They did what they did do is have a HR meeting, so to speak, a behind the scenes meeting live on air, so they could boost probably those sagging ratings. Because man, radio did. People like the Star Report and stuff like what you doing, y'all. That's the way.
Yeah.
The internet is the way.
Right.
They played out for real, but it's just they got such a big machine behind them, so people gonna tune in. You know what I mean? But they lame, man. They washed for real.
Okay. Okay, I appreciate the call, man. Thank
you. But the show will go on.
Yeah.
But the show will go on. All right, thanks, Star.
Yes, sir. Salute. Okay.
All right.
All right. Never mind my opinion. If you say, "Oh, this is real," okay. I'm gonna hear you out. Florida Boy Jay, check your email, sir. I have no in-depth knowledge, you know. StacyGalore.com, guys. Make sure you check out Stacy Galore. Stacy, did you cover the story with Badass Boosie? And what's that nigga with the wig's name? Is it Cherry? Hold on a second. Is it Cherry Bomb? Oh my goodness. I hope to God Badass Boosie is into Badussi. Trans Cherry Boom, pardon me. Thank you, D. D says Cherry. Hold on a second. Cherry the Bomb. Okay, I'm seeing Cherry the Boom. Okay, now D says Cherry the Boom. Let me look in the live chat. Troll babies, do you think Boosie is into Badussi? And he's been pump faking all these years. Oh, the hate and miss is nothing. Remember years ago when I think Boosie was on Vlad TV and he was describing some niggas in the penitentiary that he saw getting it in. And he said, yeah, I looked over there and he said, and I saw them. And he said, man, they nasty. But the question is, how long was he watching? How would you, how would you know they're necessarily nasty unless you pay attention to what they were doing? Spanky Baker got your donation. To the caller, there is no path for decent black people. Racism, the ism, is a practice of progress. There will always be a plan to destabilize. Okay? Thank you for your donation. Okay. Hold on, guys. I think Florida Boy Jay is going to be tapping in shortly. There he is, Florida Boy Jay.
Yo, Star.
Good to see you, sir.
Hey, man, they getting niggas up out of here, man. They packing niggas up. Niggas is telling. They got DNA on people. They got embezzlement funds, extortions with celebrities. This whole thing is collapsing right now. This is big. This is like the type of stuff that like conspiracies are made of, but it's actually true. And the funniest thing about this whole ordeal is that this has been a long time coming, just like the other caller said before. You actually covered it on your show a couple months ago that 600 and Whack told niggas that, yo, Brick Baby told us Big U was going to get arrested. And Big U had a RICO case on him. Because Brick Baby got locked up with the chopper 2 years ago. And when he came out, he told 600, hey, I just got out. I've heard that they have a RICO coming down on Big U, but it's not a gang. It's not a 60s RICO. It's a Big U RICO. But that don't make no sense.
Hold on. Okay, so tell me 600's connection to Big U, because he's salty. He rides around constantly taking shots at Big U. What is his connection to Big U? Is 600 Rollin 60s or former Rollin 60s?
I'm not gonna like affiliate who he's with, whatever. I'm just getting down to the story. I'm just getting down to the information. All right.
If you don't know, just say you don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. I knew what, what's his name was, YG was, but I'm not affiliated with.
Okay. Go ahead.
Anyways, so pretty much the whole situation that went down, we already knew about this. People's already been talking about it. 600 and Whack have been getting this message out there that came from Brick Baby, and then. Now looking back on it, Brick Baby's locked up with Loose Cannon, with Big U. And on top of all this, the kids that they put the football money in to, you know what I'm saying? Like the programs and everything, even though they were embezzling, that was money that is taken off circulation for that community. Just like when Nipsey died.
Florida Boy Jay, do me a favor. Don't look at the comments. Look at me.
I'm not.
Mind the live chat.
I'm not even in the live chat. I just got some notes. Yeah. Okay, Brick Baby also, like, people already been calling him a Fed because he had the thing with Quando Rondo in the situation of that. Because you know,
hang on. How did Brick Baby get caught with the chopper 2 years ago, and he didn't do a decade over the chopper?
Because all these guys are police to me. All these people, honestly, it's because on some real, like I said before, man, this is Big U's third time. Like I took these notes. This is Big U's third time getting raided in that house. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna walk out the back door of the penitentiary. He works for them. He's on paperwork for being a snitch.
Okay.
On top of that, just like we said before, when you played that audio of No Jumper, they were literally sitting there like the first 48 episode where Loose Cannon talking about him and Brick Baby. It was like he was low-key auditioning that, hey, when I get locked up, I already have details in illegal situations that we got into. You know what I'm saying? Like as a unit or as a gang, they have 8 witnesses. 4 Rollin 60s have already written statements against a Big U.
Okay, and hold on a second, because I don't have Clubhouse. However, you know, people send me clips, and I love, including yourself. I love when people send me the bullshit via email. I have time for the bullshit, even if it's 6 o'clock in the morning. I hit the laptop. I'm entertained by the monkey shit. But I could have swore, correct me if I'm wrong, a week ago, or maybe a week and a half ago, Whack 100 was upset that Big U had not been locked up yet. Did you hear that?
Yes, that's what I referenced when we first came into. Not only that, we covered it a couple months ago, but Whack 100 has been consistent with.
So he knew this was going down. He was literally pissed off on Clubhouse.
Everybody
that
knew.
Big U had not been locked up yet. Come on.
Yeah, everybody knew, but at the end of the day, they still got bullshit to do. They still got drama to do. They're still letting him build a case and take whoever down he needs to take down. But one of the main things I noticed, I don't know if you put up the lineup of everybody they caught. What? First of all, you got an Asian in the crew. He's getting wrapped up in what is Jackie Chan doing in the lineup? That when I seen a lot of, I was like, this is exactly why these niggas getting locked up. You got a whole rainbow coalition of off-brand niggas doing this crime.
Right.
And then I looked and I said, okay, caught, captured. The only nigga that wasn't captured outside of Big U was an alleged small hat. I'm not gonna say it.
Give us his name. Don't be scared.
I don't have his name. In front of me. but he was the only guy, the white guy. Like
Okay.
with the ethnic small hat last name allegedly.
Okay.
What happened to him?
Can you sit tight? Florida Boy J, stay with me, guys. Florida Boy J's tapping in.
Absolutely.
I want to play a video. This is breaking news to everybody who has not been up to speed. Here we go. This is KTLA 5, okay, with regards to the arrest.
Breaking news, federal authorities are bringing new charges against a longtime leader of the infamous Crips Gang and self-styled music producer known as Big U. At a news conference this morning, the U.S. Attorney's Office announcing charges against Eugene Henley Jr. Authorities say Henley is responsible for murder, drug, and human trafficking, also extortion, and even COVID fraud. He's facing federal racketeering conspiracy charges. Prosecutors say Henley masquerades as a legitimate businessman and reformed gang member, often appearing on podcasts and media outlets, but it's a front for a wide-ranging criminal enterprise.
He has maintained the image of an entertainment industry entrepreneur running a music label. The facts alleged in the complaint paint a very different picture. It is one of a murderer, a thief, a liar, and a cheat.
10 of Henley's associates were arrested this morning, but he remains a fugitive. Henley's son, Dayon, plays linebacker for our LA this morning.
Stop right there. Okay, on the screen, Florida Boy J. Right next to Big U, I see Brick Baby. Right next to him, I see Loose Cannon. I see Ronnie Mack. I see Lamont Green. Frederick. I can't read the last name. I see an old nigga named Blueface. I see a nigga named JJ. Who's the female? Was she from Clubhouse at Whack 100? Florida Boy J. Where's Florida Boy J? What is he doing? I don't know what's going on, Florida Boy J. Let me finish this up.
But
Here.
he remains a fugitive. Henley's son, Dayon, plays linebacker for our LA Chargers. He has not commented on these charges.
He's on the run. Okay, guys, I don't know what happened to Florida Boy J. He's frozen. Let me take him off and let him come back in. Hey, Ebony, I got your other donation. Yes, I've been saying you can't trust old dark-skinned niggas. That's a whole fact. Thank you, darling. Okay, and I spoke to this person. Thank you so much. No, guys, we're not talking about Kanye West, a.k.a. Ye. I don't care what he's doing. I know he's talking crazy about Jay-Z and Beyonce's kids. I don't care about Kanye West right now.
Yes.
Well, boy, Jay, you froze up, man. What happened?
Yeah, man. You remember we had that conversation earlier about the
gotcha.
In the platform. Yeah,
Gotcha.
my bad. But what I was saying is the last name you showed me on that lineup, he's the only guy outside of Big U. His name was Brian something but he's the only guy outside of Big U who's not locked up. So I want to know what type of involvement, what type of how high up he was in the situation. They also do have new statements saying that Henley allegedly defrauded companies, donors, athletes, celebrities, including professional basketball player Draymond Green and Shaquille O'Neal, persuading them to donate to his charities, later allegedly transferring the money to his own personal bank account. Authorities have also accused Henley of fraudulently funding from gang reduction and youth development program overseen by the LA mayor's office. And he's also, Adrian Broner apparently took 1.5 million out of players from fixed dice games, and Big U wanted Adrian Broner to get jumped for not checking in with him.
AB.
Yes, and it states
about billions.
Yes, and it states that Big U was charging niggas $100,000 just for protection and NBA players for checking in.
Hold on a second. Jason, thank you for your donation. He says there is no way you get caught with a chopper and don't face 5 years or more. Brick Baby talking to the authorities. Listen, when I took my California road trip, do you know how much fucking red tape I had to go through just to carry my 9mm in the goddamn RV? I had to check in like 3 times.
Crazy. It's crazy out there. It's crazy out there. And not only with the guns, not only is it that if you're a regular citizen, but you are gang, they have a gang enhancements on any crime out there. So if you definitely get caught with a gun and you're part of gangs or you're part of any type of criminal organization, you're automatically supposed to get hit with the book. And yeah, but go ahead.
Hold on a second. Okay, number 16 says Florida Boy J is streaming from a homeless shelter. Pay attention. Somebody sent in a donation about Sherry the Boom. I'm looking for that one. What else do we need to know here about these arrests, Florida Boy J? You streamed earlier on your platform. Promote that, please.
Yeah, we did a stream on my platform earlier on X and YouTube, Perspectives Facts Podcast, Florida Boy J. It was about this situation and Just Hilarious, and we're going to get into the Kanye crash out, the Drake lawsuit, and Playboy Cardi's first week numbers, but we didn't get there yet. We're going to do another show after this. But pretty much we covered the topics. We had a couple other local platforms on there. We had the video that WAC 100 premiered of the feds having, going in and out of Big U's home. And we talked about that. We had the footage that we rolled. And the main thing that I want to get to the point of with this situation is that a lot of this crime, a lot of this stuff that these people have been doing online is like the chickens are coming home to roost. Like you can't really be like Jim. Like when people say, oh yeah, like Jim Jones is next or whatever, like niggas ain't lying. You can't run around here anymore repping gangs, being attached to criminal organizations in the limelight. On top of the fact, Brick Baby, Loose, all these guys are supposed to be criminally affiliated that also have snitch tags are obvious because real criminals and gang members are refused to be on camera, get a picture. I remember, pictures don't even get taken of real gang members, killers and shooters. They don't even want to be online for real.
Well, it's different now. It's different now.
It's different now, but that's why niggas like this get caught up.
Hold on a second. Did you speak about Loose Cannon's wife and when she was streaming live? Because WAC 100 was talking about her, and Loose Cannon didn't like it, and he didn't like the fact that he and his wife became content. That was after his home was raided. Did you discuss that?
No, we didn't even get to that. We didn't even get to that yet. But
it misses nothing.
Right. But even with that situation, how the breakdowns have been happening between WAC and Loose, and then at the last minute, like Loose kind of getting back cool with Brick Baby, like towards these niggas about to get locked up, but he's still like snitching, sitting there with Adam 22. And like I think Aaron said earlier, you beating the draws off of people on camera. Like, where do you think this is going to take you?
Your thoughts, Florida Boy J. Let's take our time. I'm in no rush. If you want to co-host for a little while, The Breakfast Club, Just Hilarious. What are your thoughts? Is this real? Is this staged? Are they gonna? Did he freeze up again? Guys, did Florida Boy J freeze up? Yeah, his screen froze. Okay, Florida Boy J, are you there? I played more than enough. I'm very lost, but what's going on here? This is trending news everywhere. What do we just see?
I mean, it's only trending news because people, I think they're really playing Just Hilarious in her face, to be honest, because this isn't honestly, Just Hilarious. I'm just trying to make sense for people. He's not anybody that people are rooting for anymore. He's not an up and comer. He's not somebody who niggas is like, no, we like to listen to her. He is playing into the narrative to really get packed out and they might not let her go today. They might not let her go tomorrow, but this is just a soft door opening for people to kick her back in, which we've already been doing. This ain't no come up. This is a finesse. She's goofy. And this is why everybody's covering the story, because they're ready for her to go. When she comes on the platform, she's on her phone scrolling. Lauren is a producer off the screen. Lauren comes in when she does the show as somebody who wants to run a show smoothly as a producer. Her performance is just mainly off of her primary objective. Okay. Jess is coming in as a unqualified internet personality that is an unlikable person, just like Clarissa Shields when she was when she snaps at people and says certain things. Has nothing to do with the way you look, but the way you look doesn't help your cause.
Okay. I
told you. Hold on. Were you trolling earlier when you said she looks like she built like Dwayne Wade? Man, Her shoulders are wider than a running back, and she has ass, because there's nothing cute about her. She should really be running around screens and shooting jump shots. She's not cute. Let's stop with her little. She don't even have baby hairs. Like, stop the BS. We got to stop this. Just hilarious. Oh, she's a beautiful. Not everybody is cute. Just like not every light skinned person is cute. We don't have to gas up everybody who's dark skinned. She's not fire. We're talking about Janice Hart or some of these fire Bernice Burgos. We're talking about Normani. They're fine. Even what's your name? Lauren.
Well, hang on a second, because you see that direction that you're going in. I'm told to sit here and clown the way she looks, or even what's the other girl's name?
You don't have to.
Okay, but I'm saying, is it Lauren or Lorna? I don't even know her name, respectfully. What is her name?
Lauren LaRosa.
Lauren? Loren?
Yes, Lauren LaRosa. Yes.
Okay. I'm told to sit here and...
She's fine.
Well, okay, but I'm just saying, I'm not going to make that my content, clowning how they look. I mean, again, I think it's staged. I think they're taking too much time to discuss this. That says to me that they're reaching. But hey, it is what it is. I got another video here. Someone just sent me. I think it's you. Loose Cannon exposed that Big U knew that Nipsey Hussle was going to get killed by Eric Holder. Did you just send me this?
Yeah, No Jumper deleted the video too off their page.
Okay. Hold on. Let me play this. All right. Let me take a call or two. Can you hold on, Florida Boy J? Let me bring in area code 310. Good afternoon. Good evening. We're talking about the raid and the sweep that went down with the Rollin 60s Crips. Are you there? 310.
Yes, I'm here. I just want to say, shine on a nigga. Time to do time, because them niggas is out here trying to do crap. Shine time.
You're calling from California, yes?
Nah, that's just the area code.
Okay.
But I just want to say it was eventually going to happen. You cannot keep getting on these platforms, running your mouth like it's all good. Like, they're not on y'all. So I don't know if you saw this, but salute to...
Well, so I want to hear what you say, not what other people say. What do you think? You're saying...
So listen, it was something that came up the other day pertaining to this. Loose Cannon was on Gully because of a raid that...
Gully, sir, can you explain for people who don't know who you're talking about? This is a worldly show. Gully who? Gully. What is Gully?
Gully TV. Gully TV, a podcaster.
Go ahead.
So he was on there explaining, because Gully called him and was like, yo, I saw your house got raided and people thought you was gone. So he proceeds to call Gully and do an interview talking about, nah, they were on my house. They swatted some people next door. You know what swatting is, right? So he proceeds to go to the window and show where his house is at. Yeah, then they came and picked him up. Like, they was already there. They just went to the wrong house.
Got you.
Yeah, so I just think that it's been coming, man. Like, it's a lot of BS being talked about. Like, these people ain't gonna pick you up. They ain't playing like that. Like, so the day
so
came.
You're happy to see these niggas downfall. You're happy. Keep it real.
Man, it's enough of the effery, man. Like, I ain't happy about nobody locked up.
Well, sir, you're from LA. I got your location.
Nah, I'm from Virginia.
No, sir.
This is
sir,
an area code.
You're a hater from LA, but I appreciate the call.
Nah.
Just kidding, man.
Nah, stop.
LA hater. Florida Boy J, sit tight. Area code 678. We're doing research. We're playing videos. Are you there? 678. 678. Yes, no, maybe. If not, we have to keep it pushing. Okay, please don't call here and kill the vibe. Let's go to area code 623. Are you there? Area code 623. Good evening.
Yes, so I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. How are you?
Yes, I want to speak on both the topics. I'll start with the gang raid stuff. So, I mean, anytime you have these guys doing this public, open gang affiliation, the whole world know. you can always tell when these guys are actually active doing illegal activities, because the ones that actually are really, if you want to call it so-called gangbanging or doing illegal stuff, they eventually get caught. If you're letting the whole world know that you're affiliated with a gang, and we know that gang task force exists in law enforcement, then you're under surveillance. Once the ones that are out here talking it and everybody knows, as soon as they're doing something wrong, then the charges and the raids come. So to me, that's how you can always tell the ones that are actively doing bad stuff and the ones that are just, saying, "Oh, I'm in the streets, I'm gangbanging this and this and that." Because when you get investigated, you get raided. So that's my take on all that stuff. On the just hilarious thing, a lot of that stems. I know you said you weren't totally familiar with that whole situation. So there's a comedian that's been kicking her back in for a minute.
Corey, I know Corey.
And
Corey.
Yeah, Corey Holcomb, exactly.
Well, I mean, I've never met him, but go ahead. I think I know where you might be going. Please.
Okay. So that's a part of this whole situation, what she's mad about, because when she's talking about in the comments, is because between him kicking her back in and the comments from his videos of that back and forth, and the same people are going to the Breakfast Club YouTube clips and dropping the same type of comments about how he kicking her back, and she's reading it. She's looking real bad out here in the streets because of how bad homeboy's kicking her back in. Then you add on to that she made the biggest mistake that a woman can make. As soon as you get a new position, then you get pregnant and drop maternity leave. And then somebody else.
Oh, sir, are you gonna blame her for that? You going there?
No, not blaming her.
You just said the biggest mistake. You blamed her.
Yeah, it's a mistake. I'm not saying that it's right, but it's a mistake. So a woman gets hired fresh for a new job position, then you drop maternity leave, have a baby. They bring in a substitute. The substitute outperforms you. Then when you come back, you feel a certain type of way because people are now in the comments also saying that this lady's doing her job better than you. See, all this is what she's mad about. When she's speaking about the comments, these are the comments that she's mad about. Okay. And she's mad at Envy and Charlamagne because she's saying they're not sticking up for her. Now my position on that, what she has to understand is Charlamagne and DJ Envy are just like Stephen A. Smith on that platform. Whatever female comes and goes, it don't stop the show. So they're not obligated. They don't care about protecting her or not. If she sticks around, fine. If she don't, they'll bring in somebody else. Okay. She's overvaluing her position, saying, why aren't they sticking up for her?
Can I jump in?
Don't care.
Can I jump in?
Sure.
You sound like a very knowledgeable man, and I don't know the intricate details of the Breakfast Club. I've just called them the Breakfast Slop over the years. But what do you think about this theory of mine? It's just a theory. Urban radio, and I've said it before, it's not dead, it's contrived. It's very formatted. It doesn't break songs. There's no interviews, that really push the tide, so to speak. They do interviews on the Breakfast Club, and then people do, if it's something that is of interest to people, the internet will pick it up and then give it life. But do people drive in their cars or whatever they do in the mornings now tune into the Breakfast Club? Well, Portable People Meter says no. Portable People Meter, PPM, that's the Nielsen rating system. Again, Steve Harvey is killing them nationwide. So do you think that since Angela Yee left, right, and she realized that whole segment, what was it called? The Rumor Report? Was that it?
I believe so.
Florida Boy Jay, was it the Rumor Report? I need to know. That's very, very important.
Yeah, it was a Rumor Report.
You sure? Okay.
Yeah.
Since the Rumor Report, because that's an old term, they brought in Jess Hilarious, who from Baltimore, she hood, came off of, what was that show, the rhyming show?
The Wildin' Out, right?
Wildin' Out. But then they ran into a brick wall. Pow! The audience changed again. The audience changed, and now the audience controls the tide. Social media. So here we are now, and they got somebody who, Lauren, I can't remember her name. Lauren and Jess Hilarious comes back after you made the biggest mistake of her life. You said that, sir. And now they are not angry, but they're re-inspired by social media. Social media controls everything now. there's no radio show that people say, yo, I can't live without that. What do you think about that theory, sir?
No, I agree. I think that's a fact. I think that as far as, like you said, the urban, the radio platform is, like you said, it's on the decline. I mean, if you think about it, most of that traffic is probably from the YouTube clips, if I had to, be honest about it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but I agree with your point. But like I said, I think that it's a situation, and like you said, I know you don't watch it, for people that do watch the Breakfast Club, they see that when Shorty, the Lord chick, came on, I mean, it's just night and day how much better she is at it than just hilarious. And so, you come back and somebody. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. You were saying.
Jump in, Flowboy Jay.
No. Finish. Land your plane. My bad. Land your plane.
I want him to continue talking. Jump in, Flowboy Jay. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, but what I was saying though is exactly what he was saying about Just Hilarious. And then when Lauren came in for her replacement, the style and the professionalism that she came at her job with, because, like I said, her past experience with TMZ, and you deal with these white platforms and having to do that style of professionalism. Then you come to the Breakfast Club, niggas probably come there smell like weed and bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches. She already knows, like, I can outperform all you niggas just by being professional, doing my job. She's organized, and like I said before, the caller doesn't have to agree with me, but she's way easier on the eyes than Jess, and she's nicer personality-wise. She comes off better off screen and through the ears. When you listen to her in the car, you just get your doing your thing, and you just having that for background. She's more of an Angela Yee style host that the Breakfast Club compliments Envy and Charlamagne more than Just Hilarious. And I feel like they should have put Jason Lee there instead of both of them girls, and they could have just had a cackle.
Before you go into that direction, with all due respect, and I don't claim to have the knowledge here, the Angela Yee era is gone. That's gone. Since then, the audience has changed. Just like when somebody, whether it be a pop or a rock artist or a hip hop artist or even a jazz band, the audience changes after a couple of years. And then you find yourself trying to go back to what made you once famous to see if the newer audience will gravitate towards that. I really think that the audience has just changed, and they're stuck right now trying to figure out what's going on. And I think that this is a contrived effort, for them to try and get interest and to get people talking. And people are talking. But I don't think that they necessarily know what's going to work. So go ahead and land your plane. I appreciate your knowledge. Area code 623.
Oh, yeah, yep, I'll go ahead and land it. I just want to say, Florida Boy J, all facts. I agree with everything he just said. And I just wanted to add on to that just a little bit. For example, the new chick, Lauren, she's coming there with notes and research because she took over that little Just with the Mess section of the show that they do. And she's coming with notes and research from a journalistic point of view. And it's just a way better and different look. Even with, if you look at it later, Star, if you look at their show today when they aired it all.
I won't be looking at it, so I'm sorry. It's not.
Oh, okay.
It's not of interest to me.
No worries. No worries. Well, I'll give you the cliff notes of what I'm saying then. Even in their exchange back and forth today, airing it out, Shorty had notes for the exchange of airing it out. Like, she's prepared. You know what I'm saying? That's the only point I'm making.
Okay.
But yeah. So I appreciate you taking the call. Thanks.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Okay, Florida Boy Jay, sit tight. What else do we need to play here video-wise? Duran, I got your donations, sir. Thank you so much. South Central today feels crazy. What is this here? I don't know what this is. I think that's Oddville. Okay. Big U, Luke, and Brick facing Rico. I just played that video. Thank you so much. Guys, on my screen, Skylar Saunders, daily content, youtube.com/@Sky Saunders. Skylar, are you out there, sir? Do you want to tap in and promote your platform? Okay, here's something else. Okay, this is another video. I don't want to play that. We already did. Let me go to area. Okay, here's somebody tapping in from 604 up in Canada. Is that Radio What's New on a Wednesday?
Hey, Star.
Hey.
How you doing?
Good. Great to hear from you. I got Florida Boy Jay on the line with me. Where do you want to chime in?
Hi, Florida Jay. I just wanted to chime in that the Jess situation, her whole entire spiel that she did today was one of the most pathetic things I've seen in my life. I've never known anyone to rely on their coworkers, especially two that have pending lawsuits, pending or charges on their way, or have gotten away with certain crimes, thinking that they're going to be looking out for her. The environment there is why Angelique left anyway. I heard some comments about her being pregnant, about her not being beautiful. That really doesn't matter because that's what happens, when women's entered corporate. We really have to be on our toes. We really got to look out for ourselves. And the last thing that you want to do is to go on a spiel to an audience that does not care.
Right.
I think this is going to hurt her brand. I don't think that she's going to bounce back from this because for some reason, someone lied to her and let her know that she can depend on her coworkers.
I think you hit the nail on the head. An audience that doesn't care. I mean, there's no such thing today as fans. That's like an old terminology. People are literally assassins, trolls, supporters, haters, and things of that nature. Are you a Breakfast Club watcher or listener? Do you know the details of what's been happening with Lorna?
I just know that it's a slow, painful death going on at that organization because I haven't watched them since 2017. I've been a lovely tea sipper and a troll baby since then.
Oh, okay.
So I actually have not gotten any information from them, and mostly because I find Charlemagne to be just a pariah. I find him to be the worst example of a man, to be honest.
Gotcha.
And I really don't even know why they still have a show.
Yeah. Well, they have a show because they're not threatening to anybody. they're just what did I used to call them? Three blind mice, deaf, dumb, and delusional, or whatever that is. I forget.
Exactly.
But okay. So I'm allowing people to talk. If it's not staged or if it's not something that they're putting together, what is the outcome here in your opinion? Or do you have an opinion about what will happen? Because you say you haven't watched in years, but what do you think?
I think it's going to be like everything else, like Charlie Rose, like all these other Titan shows. Some big, huge scandal is going to happen, and they're just going to shut the doors down, turn off the lights and cancel the lease. I think that's really what's next. Either it's going to be set up, or it's just going to be, divine intervention. Right. For those that believe in that. But I really don't understand where their audience is. They have not captured the youngins. The youngins are all on TikTok. They're more, looking for individuals rather than an organization like this. So
that's a great point. I didn't put that into the conversation. The younger generation is not coming up and going to radio. That's such an old thing now.
No,
they're going right to TikTok and whatever else is out there. There's like 5 other platforms that I don't even know about. Or maybe
exactly. And you need to, you have to drive to listen to the radio. You got to drive to go to work, and the youngins are just not driving like that. I haven't listened to the radio in years either. The lifestyle has changed,
right?
But again, it was just extremely just painful to watch her just go on, and you can see them just gaslighting her, and not a single person in her life just grabbed her by her wrist and just said, "I need you to leave." I had sent a comment saying that if everyone around you is acting funny, they're just too, they're just not confident enough to let you know that they don't want you around.
Yeah.
And why would you stay anywhere that you're not wanted?
Florida Boy Jay, this is Radio What's New. Tapping in. Do you want to comment, or do we let her land her plane? Florida Boy Jay.
Yeah, she definitely cooked on that topic. Everything that she's saying, what the last caller agreed with, is pretty much all of our synopsis. She's not a likable person, and how she's coming across isn't even something that we want to tune into, is believable, and it only plays into the negative press that she's been getting doing that job at the Breakfast Club. I don't understand what type of angle she benefited off of by doing this either stunt or if this was a legit cry for help.
Okay.
But
well, I have a question. Is there? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No. Actually, so I want to ask you a question when you're done, as a woman.
Well, I was actually wanting to ask yourself in the audience, is there any female that's that beloved? Truly, like any personality out there that, people are going to vouch for and rally for, like, say, other personalities like The Rock? Like, I can't really even think of any other female that I can think of where people are going to stand up and fight for her.
In what capacity? If she's going through something, or I want to be clear what you said.
Exactly. Like they're seeing that she's being mistreated by her work. They're obviously seeing her being replaced by someone that can read. Because I do prefer the other young lady, and because I've only listened to the Wendy Williams interviews lately.
Okay.
But I can't think of any other radio personality or any other media personality where the audience are going to vouch for them the same way that they would say like a Selena Gomez or a Taylor Swift or The Hive or whatever other group that's out there, which is really only reserved for singers. So I haven't seen this support in more than a decade for any other kind of media female personality.
If I had to guess, Candace Owens, her fighting and relentless journalism, I think she's kind of a standout now, you know.
True, yeah, actually, you're right.
Whereas people once loathed her, you know, her aggressive, again, journalism, not backing down, and her drive, it's making a lot of people say, hey, you know what? She's a real deal. I mean, she demolished Ben Shapiro to the point where he doesn't want to debate her. She has not backtracked on what she said on multiple things. She's actually digging her heels in. So she may be someone with regards to your question. I don't know, you know, for certain, but I would say Candace Owens, possibly.
That's actually a good point.
Yeah.
That's actually a good point. And I think that really was pushed by the fact that she was martyred by the company that's now obviously their CEO, I think, just stepped down.
Right.
I think a similar thing will happen to the Breakfast Club. I think just the old guards are just getting rid of everybody, just like the music industry. They're, you know, wanting to get rid of all these small labels and wanting everyone to just keep listening to the old songs that the big companies own now.
Yeah.
That's why we're seeing all these like lo-fi like DJ sets playing old music and remixing it. So I think it's just they're just trying to get rid of them all.
Hey, great to hear from you. Thank you for tapping in.
Pleasure. Bye. See you,
now.
FBJ.
Okay. Florida Boy J, sit tight. Guys, at the top of the live chat is the Streamlabs and PayPal link if you want to support the show. Okay. Of course, Star takes the thing. And hang on a second. Someone said Star Andrew Schultz said something about Charlemagne being the greatest. Okay, well, I don't know Andrew Schultz, and that's his opinion, sir. I mean, as long as you don't put me, Star, in a hip hop category, I'm fine, sir. I'm fine, you know. TB got your donation, yeah. Please don't put me in any type of hip hop category, man. That's all I ask. And hey, Brandy, I got your comments on the screen. Exactly. Candace Owens has talent, unfortunately, but Jess had the mess. LOL. Guys, I want to shift gears for a second. I want to put something on the table. And Florida J, I think you are the perfect guy to start this other segment out with, because Steve the Dean Williams, he and I spoke earlier. Can you see that screen, Florida Boy J? Can women with children afford to be choosy? Can you see that?
Oh, yeah, I see it on the screen.
All right, is everything spelled correctly? D's, how's the spelling? Hold on a second. We're going to turn up here this evening. Where is Steve the Dean's website? Hold on. Steve the Dean. Hold on, guys. Let me text Steve. Okay, D says we're spelled correctly. And his email address is The Man Mindset. Then I will introduce that particular topic. The Man Mindset. Where's the number for, pardon me, Steve wants to cam up. This is a research edition here. Hold on. Check your email. Now, this showrunner, can women with children afford to be choosy? Inspired by a couple of videos that I saw over the last 30 days. I'm not going to say the names of those platforms. I'm not trying to shame anybody or, pick on their content. But I have been seeing young females, black and white and Hispanic, saying this, that, a guy has to pay either most of the bills or he has to accept my child. Now, this ain't the 60s, this ain't the 70s, and somewhere around the 80s, men just stopped, trying to be fathers to, I'll just say other people's kids, respectfully. I think the movie Claudine, I'm going back into time, showed that the black man, James Earl Jones, you know that movie Florida Boy J, or is that going back too far?
Is that the one? That's not on Diana Ross, is it?
Diane Carroll, who played Julia.
Diane Carroll, my bad. That wrong. Yeah, Diane Carroll. She was the social worker came in. She had to move everything out for the social worker.
Hang on. Gone are those days where the black man would accept other children, but you see, at the same time, women were different. Women were different. They weren't all up on social media, they weren't concerned about likes, subscribers, all that goofy shit. I know my language is a little too rough sometimes, but if I'm even thinking about wifing you, bitch, why are you on social media? You're not special. You're not special. If everybody can see your ass, you're not special. Now, again, my language is a little bit rough, I know, but that's my thinking. So again, that topic, showrunner, I called Steve the Dean Williams. He's going to be tapping in shortly. Can women with children afford to be choosy? I saw a couple of young females talking about they ain't paying no bills. Huh? Bitch, you got 1 or 2 mouths to feed. If you're over 35, you're not a trophy. You're not even a prize. R.I.P. to Kevin Samuels. He had the number right, 35. Nope. And here's the thing I want to say, and I hope some of you females are offended. Oh, I got guys hollering at me up in my DM, yada, yada, yada. Where is your ring, bitch? Where is your ring? All of that, what you talking about sounds hot. You can call in, but where is your ring? If you got so many men, you see, ultimately they want the ring. They want the bragging rights to show the other females, because females are jealous of their own fucking shadows. That's a fact. All vanity driven, including the ones we come from. Vanity driven. Florida Boy J, do you want to chime in, or should I just bring Steve the Dean Williams in because he's ready to go balls deep? Florida Boy J.
Yeah. I'm right here. You can bring him in, or I'll just say that, do they deserve to be choosy? On a point,
can they afford? Can you afford to be choosy at 37? Pardon me, go again. I'm getting hyped already.
Absolutely not. You had your time to be choosy when you were between 18 and 27. Now it's time for you to sit back and wait for these 23, 24-year-olds to come out like the NBA draft and get chose up on because you fumbled your opportunity. But let Steve come on here, Cook.
Let me just say this before I bring Steve the Dean Williams in, because see, some of you funky, nothing-ass, wig-wearing bitches, in today's day and time, if somebody doesn't want you, the first thing you say is, oh, he must be gay, something about zesty vibes. Bitch, fuck you. Look, let me set the tone. Bitch, fuck you. Ain't nothing gay about me. I'm just not fucking with you. I've done the math on you, and you're not a prize. Okay, let's bring in my homie, Steve the Dean Williams from the Man Mindset. Steve, how are you, man? What's cracking? What's shaking? Let me get your information on the screen.
What's going on, Star? Shout out to you and all your people. How you doing, my brother?
Yes, sir. You're the only person who I would let call me brother, man. Go ahead.
Sir. Okay, you know what? All respect.
No, you can say brother, man. Go ahead. I'm cool with that.
Hey, no, Star, you're wrong. These women deserve, whatever. They don't deserve.
Right.
You know what they deserve? What they deserve to do is not give 50-50. They need to put in 200%. And follow me on this, ladies. Like I said, most of you ladies right now, your coochie looks like chewed up meat right now. You've got all this weave, you got all these attitudes, you got all these bad things. You have a kid that, guess what, was born from smashing and not love. So What benefit is it for the guy to actually be with you when you should want to go ahead and start paying him to spend time with you? This is the problem with a lot of these women out here. They're not like they used to be back in the day, because now they think they deserve it. But with kids, Star, come on, Star, it's crazy. They ladies, listen, ladies, look.
Can I jump in, Steve, and say, I got a bone to pick with you. Stop calling them ladies. Every female is not a lady. Go ahead.
Every female is not a lady, and every lady is not a woman. You're absolutely right. With all due, exactly. I'm saying, hey, see that, ladies? Ladies, I was saying for the ones that were going to pay that $200 stipend, I really feel like you should be paying the man to spend time with you. You got to pay for that certificate called lady. You got to pay for all these things. You got to pay for his time. You should be paying for his ring. You should be doing all things. Think about this, Star. What does he get at the end of the day but attitude? And it goes all across the board for a lot of these things. But what do I get? A woman that's wearing a wig, right? Okay, so we take that off. I mean, you might be bald as an eagle. What do I get from that? I get a woman that's been ran through. Okay. Now let's be honest, ladies. Come on, ladies. Y'all know y'all giving it up to all these guys. You're being ran through a little bit. Then on top of that, you have a bunch of kids. Now think about the expense that you have to put on that poor guy. He's got to pay for something that someone else created. He's got to pay for Christmases. He's got to pay for birthdays to only get what? An attitude from your other kids to say, you ain't my daddy. You can't tell me what to do and all this other stuff. So, hey, Star, absolutely not. But ladies, listen, I say ladies. Excuse me, women, sorry. Women. Hey, I got you covered. I got the answer, ladies. The answer is that when you meet a guy, just let him know, I'm going to give you $200. I'm going to pay you 200%. I'm going to pay you to give me the opportunity because all I'm going to bring is drama and everything in between, Star. I disagree. They should not do it. Not today.
Okay. If I can jump in and say we are dealing with so many hoe-ass males today because not every male is a man, and they are gassing these goofies up, sending them cash apps. I would never in my fucking life, nor have I ever paid for a mani and pedi. Bitch, do your own nails. Call your sister. Call your friend. Get with whoever. I'm not paying. I've never paid for a silk wrap, a gel tips, a French manicure, a washing set. I've never paid for a hot oil treatment. Now, I know all about this shit.
How dare you?
I've never in my life paid for it. But we do have, Stephen, Florida Boy Jay, you can jump in as well. We got guys out here sending money for these girls to get the cash app to go get that done. Florida Boy Jay, you want to jump in or should Steve pick that up?
Yeah. And a lot of this comes from low self-esteem niggas and late bloomers who never had that, high school girlfriend, fresh out of high school, college girlfriend. Even when you're a young kid, when she didn't have no kids, she was all about you. She had all the time in the world to sit up under your nuts and cook you food or just be up under you. Even if you didn't need her and you weren't a clingy type. You know how much time women with no kids have allotted to dedicate to you in building a relationship. When you're dating a woman with kids, if she's not a bum, she has no time for you. She's either working. If she's not working, she's being a good mother. And then she has friends and family, and you come fifth or sixth. Most niggas, when we meet women, we like to put women as like a top 1 or 2 priority until we smash them. Women don't put us in a top 1 or 2 priority even after marriage. Even if they never had kids with you, they'll take their moms who've been giving them hell for 30 years over their husbands. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of this time is niggas looking for hugs and rubs and women taking advantage of niggas trying to get their second chance off.
My brother Shane. I'm sorry, Star. I'm sorry. Great.
Thank you for your donation, Lance. Okay. Now, I'm not saying, I'm going to go back to you, Steve. I'm not saying you can't work with a woman on certain things.
Yes.
I'm not saying you can't, give a woman money.
Oh,
but I'm saying the expectations today, and it doesn't have to just do with how old I am now. I've never been on this type of time.
Never.
I've never been on or that type of time where you're just paying for something up front. Steve, can you speak to how you speak to your clients on the screen, guys? www.themanmindset.com. Steve has courses. This is his world of expertise.
Yes,
Can you speak to the fact that when it's all said and done, the female is in seek of that ring?
She's going after your last name. She's going after your ring. She's going after your time. She's going after your last name. So why are you the one doing all the paying? How dare you sit around and say, buy me, get my nails done, give me a pedi. There's a new weave that's $2,000 that I need you to pay for. I need you to buy me gas money. I need you to give me. What are we doing, guys?
Gas money.
That's what I'm saying. What are we doing? We should never let these women even ask that question. If she's asking that question, get rid of her. She should. It's funny. They scream all this independence. A lot of them scream, I'm independent. I'm a woman. I'm independent. But then you're going to be dependent on someone. No, guess what, ladies? Listen, I say it again. You're going after our last name, our rings, and our time. So what are you going to do to become ladylike and start to cook, start to submit, start to...
Oh, my God.
Oh, come on, dog. Come on, Star. You know how we do it. They got.
Oh, no, I'm on the same page with you, but I think most girls today are microwave queens. Phone lines are wide open. Hold on a second. Let's see if we can bring some people in to join the conversation. Whether you agree with us or not, I want you to feel comfortable enough to speak. Area code 562. Are you there? 562?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am, Star. How you doing?
I'm wonderful. How are you, dear? Where do you want to start?
I was just wanting to talk about this subject you guys got going on about having kids and then wanting to get married.
Well, hang on. Let me read the question to you. It's on the screen. Can women with children afford to be choosy? And before you start, can I just ask, how old are you, darling?
You know how old I am, Star. This is Evelyn.
Okay, baby, I forget. I don't know what I had for breakfast yesterday. I'm old. How old are you, darling?
Okay, I'm 59 years old, Star.
Okay, let's go, Evelyn. 59. I remember talking to you now. Go ahead.
Okay. I had 2 children before I got married. 2 children, 2 boys. And guess what? I have my own business and I'm still married. The man is still with me. Okay, all these years, all the way from 1984. Okay, and then my kid's father, he wasn't no bum. We just couldn't get along.
Right.
That's all it was. I knew him for many years from church, and other people really put us together. That's all about that. So I mean, that relationship was a put together relationship from church that you've been knowing somebody for years, and you end up having 2 kids as a teenager. Then you start growing up. You guys are growing apart, and then I end up marrying somebody else.
Can I jump in, Evelyn? Can I jump in because you and I have spoken before?
Yeah.
It's coming back to me now, Evelyn. With all due respect, you're like an old shoe. You're from a different day and time. Hang on.
That's true.
Hold on. You're probably a good woman. You probably got yourself a good man. You say he's still with you. He's still hanging in there. And I don't know whether he came out of the penitentiary and you had a place for him to stay or not. I don't know that. But you're
no, sir.
Okay.
He came out the United States Navy.
There you go. You're from a different day and time. I'm talking about these girls today. The question: can women with children afford to be choosy? Women of today, you're seasoned, Coochie. Respectfully, you're seasoned. So this,
yes, but some of them. Let me tell you this: some of these women now today got more seasoned Coochie than I do.
You're right. And Evelyn, with all due respect, this conversation is not for you. But I thank you for calling.
All right.
Thank you, darling.
Okay.
God bless you, sugar. Yeah, she's too old. I'm sorry. I'm tired. Anybody young want to call in and talk hella crazy and say I'm capping? Anybody want to chime in and say, you know, I'm 29, you don't know what the fuck you talking about? Call in, I dare you. Florida Boy J, jump in there, man. What's cracking? What's shaking?
Yeah, see, that's the problem with these hoes, man. That's the main problem with these hoes. The great grift of the second chance. I don't ever hear niggas run around here talking about, oh, I found a mother for my stepkids. I found the woman for my stepkids. Nick, I ain't heard one nigga in my on the white man's internet yet run around here making stepdad or making stepwife content. I found somebody love my. But you got all these hoes running around here bragging about how they found the simp off a ship. You know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of these, you know.
Well, now hang on a second. You don't have to call Evelyn a hoe. She was very respectful. Okay.
I'm talking about in general, man. What we doing? So what we doing? We crashing all night. What we doing?
You have to respect your elders. Hey, whether you agree with them or not, you have to respect your elders. You know. So let me say that. Let me bring some other calls in. Area code 984. Good evening. We're asking the question: can women with children afford to be choosy? Are you there? 984.
Yes. Hello, Star. This is Peach Rose.
Hey,
hello,
girl.
Steve the Dean.
How are you, girl?
What's going on, Peach?
All right. But yes, they absolutely deserve it. I mean, look at today's women. You're talking about today's women. Look at today's men. Half of them got baby mamas, 4 or 5 baby mamas. Half of them are not successful or that alpha dude or whatever. So they should get on the level. They're very delusional, that mindset, I feel. That's a very delusional and detrimental way of thinking about women. You even said, oh, don't call them ladies. What the fuck does that mean? Don't call us ladies? Yeah, so it's on both sides. There's deadbeats on both sides. So the man, if you do choose to be with a woman that has kids, I don't have any kids, but if you do choose to be with a woman that has kids, make sure she got her priorities right. See how she is as a mother and treat her as such. She doesn't have to be demoralized for that, because it's the same on the vice versa. How can you make her the bad guy when men out here making babies, multiple baby mamas out here?
Okay, I'm going to jump in. Hang on a second. And can I ask, how old are you, darling?
I'm 29 now.
49. 49?
29. I think she said
29.
29. Okay. And you have no children?
No.
Okay.
So, but I want some.
Okay. But
and,
hang on a second, baby. You spoke. I'm speaking. Excuse me. You spoke. I'm speaking. With all due respect, can women with children afford to be choosy? The conversation doesn't apply to you. But thank you, darling. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Doesn't apply.
What's that?
It doesn't apply at all. And again,
yeah. You know, see, that's the goddamn problem, or part of the problem. You don't listen. Area code 203. Can women with children afford to be choosy? Or we're talking about Just Hilarious or the Rollin 60s. Are you there? Area code 203. Yes, no, maybe.
Good evening, Star. Good evening. Yes, I'm calling in about the new topic you just put up there about and women afford to be choosy.
Women with children, sir. Children.
With children. Unfortunately, in today's world, yes. Because the amount of simps that are, like you said, cash apping these girls, flying them out, so they feel entitled.
Okay.
So, see, I look at girls or females, women, whatever you want to call them, who are like Section 8 or welfare or any assistance from the government as the same way as a guy is a felon. You know how how guys are felons and they can't go here, they can't work here. That's how I see those kind of women. That's how the government controls them. So, but going back to the question, can they afford to be choosy? Yes, in today's climate, yes, due to the simps.
Okay, I'm not saying you're wrong, Steve the Dean. Do you want to address this? This gentleman here.
Yeah, big guy, think about this for a second. The reason why they can't be choosy is because they've got to prove more to a man than anything. Meaning that if you're bringing in a herd of kids, what are you bringing to the guy other than excess drama from maybe a baby daddy or something like that? So they have to, instead of 50-50, again, I think they should come in saying, okay, I'm going to put in 200%. And have to prove everything that I need to do, because what benefit is it for the guy? What benefit is it for him to take?
Some men fall in love with
the woman's looks. They don't really go beyond that. They don't. That's all they fall in love with is the looks, and they forget she's gonna get old, and then you're stuck with an old. She used to look good, mammy.
Okay.
So that I've been a simp in my younger days. You know, you think you got to buy the girl this, you got to do that since high school. Like I used to, dudes is just getting with European women. I've been dating European women. So it's like, I'm 43 now. I dated a woman with a child. And Florida Boy Jay is wrong. When a woman wants you, the baby's going to grandma's. The baby's going to aunties. Oh, she's going to come because if you please her or if you do what you got to do, she's going to make time for you, you know? So
hold on, stay there. Florida Boy Jay,
I dealt with
let him respond, sir.
Yeah.
Let Florida Boy Jay respond. Go ahead.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I'm actually not wrong. That's not the situation at all. Women, like I said, yeah, they're gonna go out grandma's house on the weekends if she's actually a hard worker and doing her thing. But if she's going to grandma's house Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, then you're definitely not choosing because you're out here chasing meat instead of being a mom.
Who wants to see
you're
her that
already
much?
disqualifying her. Hold on. Let me finish. You're already disqualifying yourself. You're already disqualifying yourself.
Let him speak, sir.
He's getting emotional because he has a simp trigger that can sprinkle a little coochie juice on his brain, and the simp trigger just goes off like an alarm. This is what's really happening right now. A woman with kids half the time is a double negative. If they're actually being a good mom and actually hustling and they have a kid, they don't have enough time, and they have maybe a day, maybe two a week that they get.
Okay, sir, you have to let him speak as he let you speak. Go ahead.
Yeah, if they're dropping a baby off that grandma every goddamn day, she's laying up under you, but she got kids, but she ain't really taking care of the kids, then you don't want to be with her anyways. She's showing you she's not a responsible mom. She's out here chasing meat instead of taking care of her kids. So what the hell are you talking about? Also, you cannot vet hoes correctly because you already told her she was a simp.
Okay.
Back to you, sir.
Let the man respond, sir.
Bro, I didn't say every day. Nobody wants to see her every day. You said that. And yes, they will make time for you. They don't have to go to grandma's every day. They make time, bro. Like you I don't understand. Like I don't know how many women you've dealt with.
So you don't understand the time I just broke down you're gonna get.
Can I ask him a question, sir?
Who wants more time with them, though, FBJ?
Let's Steve the Dean.
I'm not looking for more time.
Guys, let Steve the Dean jump in, please. Please.
Caller,
Steve, you have the floor.
Caller, she just dropped them rugrats off to grandma's house, and she says, you know what? I need my nails done, and I need some gas money. Are you giving her the money?
No. I don't know what kind of women y'all dealing with.
Well, no, I'm saying.
I'm just saying.
Today's
yes,
women?
They are out there.
Today's women?
There's women also. There are women who are business women. They are girls, women, ladies, whatever you want to call them, that have businesses, whatever. They will make time, man. I know from my personal experience, they will make time, and they're still good mothers. They check their kids' shit. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, it's what kind of woman you're looking for. I just said I don't date women who are on Section 8.
But caller, you just said.
You understand? If she don't have a car, if I watch what she eats.
Caller, you
If
just
she
said.
eats things that I don't eat, because I already know what kind of animal I'm getting with.
You don't see a red flag.
If she eats certain food, I'm not getting with that. So
why are you stuttering?
But
1 minute.
I learned. I didn't know all this. I grew and I learned. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, this is a bunch of simp ramble right now, man. This is the point that we're trying to tell you at the end of the day. If she's a single mom, you got time to work. You either hustling and grinding because this is an economic down. So you either get in the bag and hey nigga, I can maybe see you on the weekend when I'm done working, hustling, or I'm chasing meat. That's what these hoes are doing. I don't know what you're doing. I didn't know you were the president of the Single Mom Simp Club, but I'm sorry that I came to burst you and your whole crew's bubble.
Well,
I'm not trying to be the president of nothing. Why are you yelling? You're very. I don't know, man. Like,
Okay. So guys, hold on.
You were
guys,
rambling.
Hold on. Florida Boy Jay. Florida Boy Jay. Guys, hold on. We're having a discussion. Excuse me.
Okay, I'm rambling.
We're having a discussion. Okay. Sir, if you cannot listen, I have to get you off the line. It's one at a time. I'm gonna let Steve respond to you, and I'll let you land your plane. Steve the Dean, you want to say something?
Yeah, here's the problem with the caller. You're not looking at the big picture. You're all in the forest. You're not looking at what Jay's saying. Think about this. She's dropping her kids off to grandmother's house. What kind of irresponsible person is going to drop off to grandma's house? It is her job to make sure those crumb snatchers have clothes, that they have education, that they have a roof over their head, and they know manners, and they shouldn't be dropped off to grandma's house because mom want to get a little something on the side. But here's another question. What if she has a bad relationship with the father? You got to look at everything. If she's not cool with the father, you got to ask all these things. And what you're saying is it's okay. How?
Okay, sir, I'm gonna let you land your plane. Hang on, Steve. Give him the last word. Go ahead, sir.
I mean, that's pretty much all I had to say, because I don't want to keep repeating myself. But I know from my personal experience, I've dated women who make time when, listen, everybody's different.
Yeah.
I'm not saying every woman's doing
That's
that.
fine if that's your experience.
They're successful women.
We can't argue with that.
Successful women. I just said, I'm a father. And I tell women, if it's going to be a problem that I talk to my daughter's mother or that I have to do things for my daughter, you don't come first, second, third, nothing. You come when we make time. Okay. Yeah, like we both agree. Like there's boundaries. That's what I'm saying. These dudes are talking. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Well, can I ask you a question? Number
Every
one.
day at least. Every day at
hold
least.
on.
Nigga, you get big fruit with a thong on, nigga.
All right, sir, can I ask
I don't
how
know
old
what
you?
you're talking about,
Sir.
I'm 43 and I date women who are under 30.
I don't care. That just means your hairline back to your neck, nigga. Shut your ass up.
All right, guys. Thank you. See, now it's going someplace else. I was going to ask the man a question. I gave him the last word. Okay. Hang on a second. Somebody sent it a donation. We're having a good second round to the show here. ASHL, being a stepdaddy, is like eating a half-eaten sandwich. Why the heck would I do that when I can buy my own sandwich? Okay. Steve, how many kids do you have? Your kids are grown, right? If I remember correctly.
Grown. Yeah. They're in college doing things because they're born of love. You know what I mean? So if you and again, this is what I'm saying, and it goes to your point. If these women, real quick, if these women out here have a handful of kids, then they shouldn't be looking for anything, no kind of relationship. They should just get on the sideline and say, you know what? I had my fun, spread my legs, had all my kids. Now I've got to make sure that they don't end up on the news or end up on YouTube, because if you look at the news and you look at YouTube, all you're going to find, if you trace the points all the way back, it's some single mother not raising those kids right.
If I can jump in, I guess what I found to be appalling is the arrogance or the confidence of some of these younger females that I saw on social media, and this is over a couple of years now, literally saying, I ain't paying half of nothing, black and white, not just black females. I ain't paying half of nothing. You got to accept my kids. And, it's just, to me, it's not reality. And never mind the impact of social media. I'm just looking at the lack of parameters today and morals, because people will do things for clout. So why should a guy go into any relationship thinking that he's getting a quality woman? Never mind the title lady. I don't use that title lady, loosely. Oh, you're a female.
Yes.
And you're a woman, but a lady, that's something that you achieve. That's a title that people give to you. Just because you got a fucking vagina and two tits does not make you a lady. Hold on a second, guys. I'm going to put my email address on the screen, because if you're in the queue and you sent a donation, just say, hey, Star, I'm in the queue. I can't get to every call, okay? Area code 917, good evening. We're having a discussion about a few topics. Are you there? 917.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello. Yeah.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Who's this?
I'm Rosie from Edgewater, New Jersey.
Hey, Rosie. How are you?
Good. How are you? Just listening in on what you're talking about. I am actually 32 and I have a son. I am with his father.
Good for you.
But I disagree with your thoughts. Like, it's okay. You guys aren't the type to pay for nails and pay for this, but you know, a lot of women do deserve those things because it's just a sign of appreciation sometimes for all that you do.
Okay, but now you're married, yes, or you're just with your son's father?
No, fortunately, I don't have a ring, but yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna let Steve speak because he's really the expert here. But I just want to say this: salute to you. You're 30, what? 32?
Yes, I'll be 32 this year.
Okay, and you are with your son's father? You're with him?
Yeah. Yes, for now.
Okay, but you don't have a ring. Okay, well, listen, salute to you. I would just guess. I don't know. I would guess that you are more of a agreeable woman. Yes, you guys are together. You've got a beautiful seat.
No, I'm definitely not an agreeable woman.
Oh, well, maybe that's why you don't have a ring. Go ahead and jump in there, Stevie Dean.
Yeah. Okay. Are you drinking or smoking right now? Is there something that you're doing right now to be so hot?
No. I just find this. I don't smoke, and I gave up drinking for Lent, so I'm not drinking either.
I just want to know what you're taking to think that you women deserve your nails done and get gas money and all that. What makes you feel that you deserve a young man who works 40 hours a week, has to deal with going through traffic for an hour, dealing with the political bullshit of their jobs, to come home and collect a check every 2 weeks, to give it to you so you can do your hair and nails? Why?
Oh, actually, that's exactly what my baby's father. He gets up very early, goes to work, and yeah, he pays most of the bills, and he also from time to time pays for my nails. I don't see why not. He comes home, his son is taken care of. His food is on the table, ready for him to eat. You know, like, I'm very servicing to him. I'm not agreeable, but I take care of him as well and our son, and I work 2 days as well. So why not?
Oh wait,
he's making most money while I'm home, making sure we have a healthy, happy child.
Okay, so when you get all your money, you hand it to him, right? You give it all to him, don't you? You don't keep any of it.
No, absolutely not. I give him money.
What? Wait. Let me get this straight. So you're bumming off of this guy who isn't putting a ring on your finger. You had a baby by this guy. You're working. You're contributing all this money, and you should be giving. Listen. What you need to do tomorrow is hand him all your money and say thank you for allowing me to be a lazy bum that's not doing anything. Because
easy, Steve. Easy, Steve. Don't call it a bum. Don't call it a bum.
Not a bum. Okay, not a bum.
I said I work. I also work, and raising a child isn't easy. Do you have kids, sir, or do you have a woman, or no?
Wait, should I play the violin that you have a child? Don't do that. See, there we go.
She asked you a question, Steve.
Yes, I have children. Yes, I have children, and they're not as hard as you think they are. You can still work, and you can still provide.
No, I haven't commented. I haven't commented on your children. I just asked if you had any.
Okay.
And therefore, do you cook for them, or do you microwave food for them, or do you make sure they're taken care of and raised? Did you teach them how to speak and walk and talk?
Well, yeah, that's what parents do when they love their kids. But
parents, or your baby mother, because you were out working, right?
I don't have I was working. I have baby mamas. I'm asking you. Do you understand? You're a baby
Steve.
mama?
How long have you been married, Steve? I forget.
25 years. So.
Well, listen. I don't mean. Hang on, Steve. I don't mean to cut you short, but we got calls backing up. Rosie, salute to you. You said that you have his food ready and other things. So maybe you don't want to admit to being agreeable, but it sounds like you are an agreeable woman, whether you say you are or aren't. You have the food ready, you clean the house, right? You're not up on social media shaking your doo-doo maker for other guys.
No, no, not at all.
You sound agreeable. Good luck on getting that ring. Thank you, Rosie.
Thank you.
Okay, bye now. All right.
Get this star.
Well, she says she has the food ready when he comes home. So
That's that fake girl boss propaganda that's been pushed on women.
Area code 313. Good evening. We're discussing a few topics. Are you there? 3.
I am. How you doing, Star?
Yes, sir. How are you?
And Steve, I'm actually calling in regards to the question: do women with children can afford to choose?
To be choosy.
To choose.
Choosy.
No, they cannot, because they was given that choice, and look how they wound up with no man and kids.
Bingo. And
it's unfortunate in this society, they still feel that they have the affordability to choose, and they wind up with 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them, and still manless. So no. Thank you for your time, gentlemen.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Appreciate the call. Florida Boy Jay, before I bring anybody else in, do you want to add to this? And Florida Boy Jay, I'm not trying to out you. I'm just not trying to out you, but you were or you are still dating a woman with children last time? One of the times you called in, right?
No, I have dated women with kids before, but I haven't seriously like, oh yeah, we're about to get married. I'm with her. We're in a relationship. No, but I've dated women with kids. I would still date women with kids. I mean, they have sex too, right? They slide, they're freakier on the weekends than women without kids most of the time. But all I was going to say before we bring more callers is when the whole thing about, hey, my husband's food is on the table, my kids are taken care of. That's just like a nigga saying, hey, I go to work every day. You supposed to. That's just like a nigga saying, I take care of my kids. You supposed to. Why? It's just like that meme when they got the guy working at McDonald's, they like broke ass nigga. Then they got the girl working at McDonald's, independent woman. You got Rick Ross, put a shirt on, fat ass nigga. You got Lizzo with no shirt on, empowering. That's the problem, Star.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. Troy, I got your donation, sir. Thank you for tapping in. Maurizio, I get you donation, sir. And also Akinyemi. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but thank you. He says, Big U. Got him. Yes, we got Big U. Thank you so much. And let me just read one more donation here, guys, before we continue. Olivia, nice to hear from you, darling. Thank you for tapping in. Let's go back to the phones here. Area code 845. Thank you for your patience. We're having a few discussions here. Are you ready? 845?
Yes, sir.
How are you, sir? Where do you want to start?
Good afternoon. Just came in from work and I just jumped on and saw you had a show.
Yes, sir.
Been a fan, been admire your work.
Thank you.
But let's get straight to it. For the women with children, it's a slippery slope. If you're out there and you have multiple children, like 3, 4, 5, you can't be choosy. You got to take whatever the world gives you, because right now you're not marketable. As the same as me. If I came in there with tattoos on the face and needed a job from you, you're gonna look at me like I don't look marketable if you're to be the face of your brand. But here's a slippery slope. If you're a single man dating a woman with a child, you got to understand that you're not gonna be the priority. She's always gonna have the child first. If you could deal with that and make it work, it's on you. But understand, she comes with baggage, and you got to be mentally equipped to handle it. So as for the gratuities of buying cars and paying for the nails and all that other stuff, that's on you.
Yeah.
That's on you. Do what you got to do, make it happen. But understand, expect nothing, and you will never be disappointed.
Can I ask, how old are you, sir? Can I ask how old are you?
I'm 47.
Okay. And you're a father? You're married? What?
I've been married for 10 years, and I've done the same. I've had children. My oldest is 25, so I know what it's like to be a single dad in the game. And
are you still married? Are you still married?
Oh yes, happily married. And speaking from experience, because I met my wife with one child.
Okay.
And it was a step. You know what I mean? I had to understand that was her priority. I respected that.
Okay.
We both had our business to deal with. When we made our union, we understood this is what we want. Everybody, I took time for her to meet my kids. I did the same with her, and
we were happy with our union.
And
it was not all
you guys have been together how many years, if I can ask?
10 years. 10 years married and 3 years dating, so 13 altogether.
Let me ask you a personal question. I mean, no disrespect.
Shoot it.
Did your wife settle? Did she marry down when she got you?
No. See, the thing is, we both got an equal deal because I came in, when I met her, I was a journeyman carpenter. So I had the union, I had my benefits, and union. I came with something to offer.
Okay.
And she's a professional woman. She came with something to offer. So, 1 + 1 is always 2. It makes sense, you know?
Hey.
And that's the whole thing. You got to look at the face. You can't look at things for face value. You got to look at everything completely.
It sounds like you've got a union that works. Who am I to say otherwise? I got to take other calls, man. I appreciate you.
Yes, I appreciate you. You stay up, brother.
Okay. Please don't call me a brother. That offends me. Hold on a second.
Yeah, I didn't mean to offend you. I shouldn't even offend you. I offended him.
Hold on a second. I see a couple of people in the queue. Mr. Skylar Saunders tapping in. YouTube.com.
Good evening.
/@Sky Saunders. Yes?
Yes, sir.
It's on the screen right now. Great to hear from you, man. Where do you want to start? Skylar.
I just wanted to introduce myself to FBJ, Steve Dean, and you as well, sir. Thank you very much for having me on the platform.
Absolutely.
I wanted to see what just happened. Do we just get news that we got Big U? Is that true?
Got him. We got Big U.
Where was he found?
Well,
Where was he found?
Listen, just type in the title in my title, Rollin 60s Neighborhood Crips. When I say got him, he's on the run. He's a fugitive. So
I thought they captured him. Like, I got you.
They may have since I started this broadcast, but he's on the run. And they've got Brick Baby. They got my nigga Loose Cannon. Salute to Cash Jones, aka Whack 100. He pushed the button. I believe that.
Absolutely.
Do you want to join the conversation, or do you just want to promote your platform, Skylar Saunders?
I just want to promote the platform.
Please do,
because I go off the rails.
Please do.
Go to my site. I'm going to be going on live. Talking about Netflix director Reich. Okay. He defrauded them out of $11 million. He finessed them. He finessed the whole network. Okay. He bought bed sheets and mattresses and 2 Rolls Royces and a Ferrari. He just finessed Netflix, and now he's probably going to look at at least 20 years.
Okay. When are you going live?
When this show goes off.
Okay. Well, listen, you have a wrench. Go in the live chat and put up links to your platform.
Oh, I've been doing it.
Yeah.
I've been doing it in increments of every 2 minutes, so it doesn't look like spam.
But just do it every 8 minutes or 9, not every 2 minutes. Right?
9. Yeah, 9.
Spread it out.
Minutes,
Spread it out.
That's fine.
Skylar,
yeah, definitely.
Good to talk to you, man. Salute.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it, sir.
Okay. Everybody, hold on. Steve the Dean, you good? You got time?
Oh yeah, I got time. Yeah, absolutely, I got time.
Gangster of Love. Sit tight. Sorry, I see him. I'm bringing in Gangster of Love. Steve, let's promote your platform whilst I'm bringing on another caller. www.themanmindset.com. You have clients. You work with males.
Yes.
You work with females. You help them become ladies. Please.
Yes. Well, I help guys realize that they have value and worth, and they shouldn't buy dinners and drinks and kiss their behind, and learn their value and let women work for them. Let women show deference and things like that. Yes.
You have been doing this for quite some time. You and Kevin Samuels knew each other. Let me ask you about this age, this cutoff age that Kevin Samuels used to say. And Florida Boy Jay, correct me if I'm wrong. Kevin Samuels said 35. That's the cutoff age with regards to wifing a female. After that, it's all downhill. And what else did he say, Florida Boy Jay, about females 35 plus to look for red flags, yada, yada, yada?
Yeah, he was basically saying they're not cooperative. They weren't picked out of all the men that want to go after him. He said a lot of things pertaining to them, but I don't want to misquote him or anything, but he is right. At that, I'm about to be 32 soon. That cutoff age, that 35, I can only imagine 4 years from now how far I'm going to be from even where I am now. And some of these women, it's like if you're not married or you got kids, like you gotta be locked down by that 35 age, bro. Women, your peak is going down. Unless you got some crazy genes, it's downhill.
Okay. Gangsta of Love, thank you for tapping in, sir. You have the floor. Where do you want to join the conversation? Gangsta of Love.
Star, what's up, big homie?
Yes,
what's
sir.
up, FBJ? Steve Dean, how y'all doing?
Good to hear
I just want to drop a couple of gems, Star.
Come on.
So I was gonna say that there's levels to this. You know, if a woman is gorgeous, drop dead gorgeous, and she has that appeal, and she has multiple kids, I'm not gonna speak for all women, but I do know some women that have multiple kids by multiple dudes, and they still out here getting guys that's quote top earner, six figures, and like will put them up and let them take care of them. But the average woman, if she doesn't bring anything to the table other than some hot apple pie and a bunch of kids, then nah, she can't be choosy. Because rest in peace to Kevin Samuels. He put the game out there and woke up men of today. Men have choices, and we know we have the upper hand now, especially if you're a black man, you're decent looking, and you take care of yourself, you keep your hair cut, clean shoes, white teeth, and your passport, bro. Man, look, it's not really in a woman's favor with kids to be out here picking and choosing. They're very slim, in my opinion.
If I can jump in, Gangsta of Love, and I say this to you with all due respect, sir. You say you know high earners that take care of women with 4 and 5 kids. I think you're a liar. You're a liar.
No, I said beautiful, gorgeous women. Not your average women. If they're gorgeous, a woman that's gorgeous can still get a guy that's making a lot of money.
Gangsta Love, you said with 4 or 5 kids, a high earner male.
Come on. Gangsta Love,
hold up, Florida Boy Jay, hold on. This man respects me. I'm trying to respect him, and I don't mean to call him a liar, but Gangsta Love, you're a liar. There's no high value man out here taking care of a woman with 4 or 5 kids. I don't care how good looking she is. Steve the Dean, this is Gangsta Love. Would you care to respond?
Gangsta Love, a few things. Yeah. Okay. Here's the problem. Everything you're talking about is outside, talking about going to passports and all this other stuff and taking care of a beautiful woman with all these kids. But I asked you, Gangster, what is a beautiful woman? Because in the game, beauty is what beauty does. So tell me, what has she done to make herself beautiful?
So you got to understand, us as men, we're visual. So if we see something, we tend to go after it. And I'm telling you from experience, I don't want to say who this person is, but I know a woman right now, she has 4 kids by 4 dudes, and she is married to a guy that used to play in the NBA, and he is a double-digit millionaire, and he married her with multiple kids by multiple niggas. So that's just one.
You're a liar.
And I'm sure there's other. She's gorgeous, though, but keyword, I said gorgeous. I didn't say the average woman. I say gorgeous.
We want her name right now. We want to know who this man is right now.
Star,
come on.
I'll send it to you email. In a picture of her.
Tell us, but hang on a second. Florida Boy Jay, this is Gangsta of Love. You have the floor, sir. FBJ.
Man,
go ahead, FBJ.
Gangsta of Love, man. I'm genuinely disappointed, man. Well, I don't know. Why are you talking about all these pie in the sky ass, you can grow up to be the president 2 ass scenarios, nigga? Like the nigga you talking about is the imagination, is the nigga. The only nigga you talking about exists is in these hoes' minds on Twitter about what a real nigga is. That don't exist. You selling false dreams and hope, and this is why we got a problem now with a bunch of 4s on these dating sites turning down 7s to think they can pull 10s, because always a nigga ready to cry and get held tight at night.
Gangsta Love, you have the floor. So you have the floor.
Always agree to disagree.
You have the floor.
We can always agree to disagree, Florida Boy Jay, but you also have to remember, a man is visual when he looks at a woman. If he sees a woman that he likes, like me, I have a certain type of woman that I gravitate to. My wife, she's a dentist. She's gorgeous. So I go after women who bring something to the table other than looks. Star seen my wife. And I'm not bragging, saying that she's the most gorgeous woman in the world. But,
beautiful.
In my opinion,
but now hold on, Gangsta of Love.
She's a head turner, and not just the black men, white men, Asian men.
But hang on,
hang on.
Gangsta Love. With all due respect, how many kids did your wife have when you met her?
She had 1.
Okay.
She had one.
Okay.
And I'm not a captain. I don't go around saving women. I learned the game when I was young.
Right.
So for me to take a woman, and I got history with her, so it's a little different. But again, I'm telling you, there's dudes out here that save women. Most guys are not alpha men, so they don't know the game. The game comes as you get older. But most of these guys out here, they still saving women with 4 and 5 kids, but they not choosing the women of their dreams. And these women is getting with dudes after they've been used and abused.
Steve the Dean, can you jump in?
They don't really have options of where they getting earners.
Let Steve jump in.
Game is always in. So you've never been in the game, number one, because you looking at a woman's weave and makeup as beauty. When I'm asking you, so if you have what you call a beautiful woman and she says, buy me or get my nails done, let me get my hair done, or can I get some gas money? Are you giving her any money because she's beautiful?
If I'm not married to her, I'm not giving her anything.
And that was a yes or no question.
But
this is what I'm saying. Yes or no?
No, if I'm not married to her. But Steve, can I say something respectfully?
Yes, sir.
And this, like, my wife is half white, but you married a whole white woman. You're not married to a sister. So your standards and my standards is totally different. Like,
right.
I'm not, look, you married a white woman, bro. So the stuff you say, you can't even really validate nothing with me. And that's not no disrespect to a white woman. But when I see niggas that married a white woman, they usually soft niggas. Like, you can control them. I married at least a woman that's half FBA. So, like, the stuff you say, bro, you can't really give me any game. I'm just keeping it real. And that's respectfully. That's no disrespect to you, sir.
All respect, and I will be respectful back at you because you caught up in a woman's beauty. It doesn't matter if she's green, purple, blue, or orange. If you have game, she's going to follow you. It doesn't matter. The beauty is in the duty. The beauty is in submission. The beauty is in serving. So it doesn't matter what color she is. It's kind of man you are. But all you've been saying is beauty this. You brought up passports. So you're telling guys to go overseas to get women because there are no women here in America?
No, I'm not saying that. And listen to what you just said. You just says you gotta have game. I don't run game. I am what I am. I'm the truth. Game is for niggas that have to lie to get women. So if you gotta spit game, then that shows, hey, you're not a real person. You gotta lie to a woman. I don't lie to women to get what I want. I really never have, because eventually the lies gotta come out. You tell a woman what you are and what it is, and she's either with it or she ain't. But I ain't gonna lie to no woman and run no game. Maybe when I was 15 and 16, yeah, I'm gonna spit game because it sounds good and that's what you learn from TV and your older brothers and cousins. But I don't run game on women. I don't have to. I'm gonna tell them, hey, this is the program. Either you with it or you ain't.
Okay, well, game is more.
So, the whole game thing, that's for pimps.
Yeah, well, no, okay, game is I'm talking about an unconditional love of oneself. That's what the game is. So you never lose the game when you love yourself. And when you love yourself, you make demands that if a woman cannot reach those demands, she's not worthy of your time or your attention or anything. So it's not about playing games, because a real man, I want to know what is so special about a woman where you have to lie to her. You don't have to lie to women. You don't have to play games with women. As a man, you keep it a buck with them, either they're going to be down or not. So that's what actually game is. You don't play games. You stand on things.
Yeah, facts. Game is exactly what Steve said. It's the riz. It's your aura. It's how you coming at the women. It's how you talk to them. It's the timing. Game isn't lying to a woman. It sounds like a woman told you that, to be honest. That's just like when a women go around here saying a player is a guy who tells the truth and gets what they want. No, a player is a nigga who gets multiple women and he's not telling all of them the truth and he's having it his way. We need to stop changing definitions that these women regurgitate on to us. Game is exactly what Steve said, exactly what I said, and I just have two questions just to make sure.
Okay,
so
can you give him one question, because we're backed up on calls. One question for Gangsta of Love, Florida Boy J, please.
Okay, so my question for Gangsta of Love is, now that we have identified that you are a proud stepdad, nothing wrong with that, but you were dating this woman before she had the kid, then she had the kid, and then double back to you, and then you took her back and accepted her, and then you call on the Star Report with the #1 dad mug telling us professing what happened with you, like this is some like fire shit to go down. I'm just asking. You were with her before, and then she had a kid and came back, right?
Yeah, something like that. Yep, something like
Oh
that.
my
I don't know
God.
exactly
You know
because
what?
you're talking a
I'm
little
going
too
on
fast,
mute.
but yeah,
I'm going.
something like that. Hey, Florida boy Jay, before I get off, you just confessed.
You still my guy, man. I still rock with you, bro.
I still fuck with you too. 2-3 weeks ago, you was talking about how you was being a captain to a girl and she was at your house and you had to call the police to get her out. So if I got to hold a L, you gonna hold one with me?
Nah, because I didn't call the police and she didn't
FBJ?
call the police. I said the police could have got called and I didn't cuff her and I don't take her kid. That's totally different from dating a single mom when things go left and actually cuffing one that you had before that left you and upgraded, got busted in, then came back to you because you knew you were going to be waiting there.
Easy. Don't disrespect his wife. Take it easy. Take it easy.
Nah,
I mean, if you go,
me and FBJ cool.
Okay.
Yeah, we cool. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I can go have a. I can have an off-brand day, but I'm not gonna live an off-brand way and an off-brand lifestyle. That's all I'm saying.
Gangs of Love, you have the final word, sir. Land your plane.
Oh no, hey, I appreciate you for taking my call, Star.
Yes, sir.
Peace to FBJ.
Salute.
Peace to Star, and peace to Steve Dean. Y'all have a good one. I'm out.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Okay. We're having a good discussion here, guys. If you're just now joining us, earlier this afternoon, we started out talking about the feds running down and arresting multiple Rollin 60s neighborhood Crips. Big U still on the run. Last I checked. Anybody got any updates? Big U. And let me bring in Ramon. He sent in a donation. Ramon, did I say your name right? Area code 918?
Boss on.
Yes, sir. Good to hear from you, man. Thank you for your patience.
What's up with it, man?
Oh, you know, man. Just
Steve, FBJ.
These topics. Where do you want to start, sir?
It's good.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Yeah, this is a fire topic. You know what I'm saying? Can women afford to be choosy that have children?
Women with children.
Absolutely not.
Can women with children afford to be choosy?
Absolutely not.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? I just want to put out there real quick. I'm 41.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not married. I don't have children. So I know women in their 20s is shit. You know, excuse my language, Star. But from what I see, like when you talk about today's women under 35 and all that kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, today's woman. Yes, right. It's a whole fact.
Now, peep this right quick, because I'm going to say this, I'm just going to throw this out here and land. I know you got calls backed up.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? It's the logic they get from the internet. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's the logic they really get from the internet.
Right.
You know how men be chilling historically, men be chilling and you see a pretty woman, a picture of a pretty woman, or you see her in real life, y'all at the mall hanging out or something, you say, God damn, I married her. Excuse my language.
It's okay. It's okay.
You see that?
Come on.
We in the internet age now, so men is at home chilling, grabbing their phone, and they coming in on their phones. You know what I'm saying? They might be joking, they might be serious. The ones who serious, they hit them in the inbox talking all that crazy stuff. The problem be the women take that logic with them in real life, especially the ones that don't grow up with a father, don't grow up respecting men and all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's no man around to balance them out, to let them know, them dudes just talking crazy, man. They just grabbing their phone, you know what I'm saying, libido up. You know what I'm saying? I'm keeping it clean, but you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So the problem be they take that trick logic with them off the internet into real life. You know what I'm saying? I can land with that.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Hey, man, I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
For sure.
Yes, sir.
For sure.
Yes,
Got some real
okay,
niggas, real
for
niggas.
sure. Hold on a second. Wait a minute. Now, if I had to guess, Evelyn, that's you calling back to give Florida Boy Jay a piece of your mind. If I had to guess.
Yeah, and you got that right. You got
Lady,
that
don't
right.
do this. Lady, don't do this.
Let her speak.
Hey, don't do this.
Florida Boy Jay, let her speak.
It's not no don't do this.
Let her
Florida
speak.
Boy Jay, you don't. Every person in every situation is not the same. Everybody is not the same.
You have the floor, Evelyn. You have the floor.
Okay, because sometimes these men, you bring them up. They not doing you no favor by getting married to you. Your family and what you got going on brings them up. And as far as you talking about my husband, you need to look up what my husband was in the military. Okay, he wasn't swapping no decks and none of that. Okay, look it up what he was, a corpsman, which is a male nurse. Okay, before you get to talking about what somebody was or what I went and got. And like I
So
said,
he was on the front line catching bodies?
What?
Is yes or no? He wasn't on the front line catching bodies, right? Like no, you know,
Oh,
Call of
yes,
Duty type.
he went to, yes, sir. He went to the first Desert Storm.
All right. So what's your point?
The point is, what are you saying? Yes, he had to go out with the Marines. If you know how the military works, the Navy gives the Marines a ride. They're the first ones in. But because he's a corpsman, a Navy corpsman, he goes with them.
So,
all right.
Okay. So okay, I'm sorry. So I
me-
understand. Hold on. I'm just understanding. I'm following you. So he went to the military, knocked some heads. You know, was a nurse, and she was the toughest nurse in Desert Storm, and came home and turned into a 3-piece chicken tender for you. That's what happened.
No,
right?
Come on,
First of all, we was already married before he went to Desert Storm, sir. We was already
I don't know.
married.
You told us. You told us you came back and accepted your kids.
This is why.
So he accepted your kids, then went to go fight.
What?
So he married you and then left to go to the military and risk his life for America and your kids.
He was in the military when he met me. I said that I had
kids when he was gone.
children. I said I had.
While he was
children
gone, and he came back and just
already.
accepted them.
I said I had 2 children already when we met. I said we got married. He is in the military. You made a remark about him being in the military and me having to go get some Navy nigga.
I'm sorry. So he was a simp before he left.
I live in Long Beach, California. Long Beach, California has had a big, giant military installation where a lot of people had military husbands.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody hold on. Evelyn Spence Skrilla. Just give her a second.
I'm letting you know that everybody's situation is not the same. See, my parents and everything, they was behind us getting married. I had my own beauty shop and everything. I had for 27 years. I don't know what you talking about at all. Some people do make it together.
Right.
Just because you have a blended.
Evelyn, can I jump in? I have to jump in. Evelyn, I have to jump in. Listen, I appreciate you.
Yeah.
I appreciate you. No.
Lex, I can't respond.
Florida Boy Jay, hold on. She's your elder. Hang on a second now.
Of course, I haven't gotten loud.
Evelyn,
Let him go ahead on and respond. Start.
Evelyn, you're almost 60, and with all due respect,
what he said.
Evelyn.
Guess what, Florida Boy Jay?
Crash it out.
Okay, Evelyn, please listen to me. Evelyn, can you hear me? Evelyn, please listen. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Evelyn?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I let you call back. You addressed him. You and I have already agreed that this topic is for the younger generation. You're from my generation.
I tried to leave it alone.
I let you respond.
I don't
to
even
him.
know why he brung.
Well,
I don't even know why he brung me back up.
He's young and reckless. But thank you, Dawn. I gave you the last word. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, Dawn.
But let him know, Star.
I let him.
I'm a homeowner and a taxpayer.
Thank you, Dawn. Thank you, Evelyn.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Hold a second. Florida Boy Jay calling up in here and taking shots at elders. You ought to be ashamed of yourself, nigga, out of Jacksonville. Jay.
Nigga, we ain't gonna have hell no, nigga. We ain't gonna, fuck all that. We gonna have no family call it.
Easy.
No, okay.
Boy,
We ain't gonna have no.
Let it go.
No, listen.
We gotta come on. No.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna let it go. All I'm gonna say is this. Just because you signed up, I'm not disrespecting nobody. I'm tired of this. Just because you signed up to go to the military does not mean you want.
Put that nigga on hold. Area code 210. Good evening. Are you there? 210?
Yeah, I'm here, Star.
Yes, sir.
Man,
Boy, what's crazy?
hey, what a coincidence, bro. I actually served in the Navy, and that was actually kind of cold-blooded. I was not a Navy corpsman. Hey, let that go. I was not a corpsman. I was an OS. I did.
Oh, you mean Florida Boy J? You mean Florida Boy J was out of pocket? What are you saying?
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, let that go, bro.
Well, he's
yeah,
right.
Let that go, man.
Right, sir, he's right there. You can talk to him. I just, Evelyn is, she's older. She called back. She got back at him. So that's done. But if you got an issue,
but I mean,
if you got an issue with that nigga from Duval County, he's right there, sir. You go ahead and handle your handle.
Yeah, and I actually served. Yeah, I actually served in Jacksonville, Mayport. Yeah. She don't know. She doesn't know what that guy served and did, and I'm not gonna comment and say he did this and did that because he goes home and probably digs up his career and all this. I'm not gonna do that and all that and act like he was Rambo and nothing like that. So you know how that game goes. But I'm gonna talk about this: can women with children,
yes, sir,
afford to be choosy? That's what I want to do. In this day and age, of course, you can do it because it's a thing between value and worth. It's what people choosing. It's what people choose to pay for.
Okay.
It's the worth on it. I don't think it's what people actually paying for. I don't think they worth that. I don't care. They overvalue their children. A lot of guys, they paying for that because they baddies. And women overvalue what their children are worth in this day and age. Bro, people actually go to they'll say, you getting these children, they are worth this. Unless they celebrity children, man, I don't think they're worth that. They're actually...
So can I jump in and say you're 40 what now? How old are you again?
I'm 48.
Okay.
Yeah, I call in on the sport.
Okay.
I call in on the sports shows,
Gotcha.
but I can actually relate.
Okay.
Because I got my nieces and nephews.
But hold on. So I just want to be clear. So with regards to the topic, can women with children afford to be choosy? You're saying what? To be clear.
Yeah, they can be.
Okay.
They can be. Because you guys are paying for it.
Let's Steve.
Because we know.
Let's Steve the Dean. Let's Steve the Dean respond. And Kev S took a shot at Florida Boy J. It's on the screen. Thank you for your donation, Kev S.
Let me get in a little bit after Steve.
Okay.
Yeah, they can't afford to be choosy because look what they're bringing to the table. They're bringing drama and they're bringing other 4 or 5 other kids, baby daddies. They have no say so. What they've got to do is, again, not 50-50. I think they should put 200% in. That means they've got to put 200% into that guy to prove that they're even worth anything. They don't have any say so. Again, they shouldn't even be out there dating. They should be taking care of them damn kids.
Okay, everybody sit tight. Florida Boy J. Kev S says Florida Boy J clowning this woman, but wouldn't want any smoke if one of her family members pull up on him and grab him by his multicolored dreadlocks.
Yeah, first of all, this goofy don't know none of them dusty niggas over there, number one. And number two, I don't need everybody to get triggered and get their titties all in a bunch just because I said that it is simps. It's simps everywhere. And you know that. It sounds like we got one. I don't want to hear it. Just because you did something in life does not mean we can't be objectively honest about certain people that might be in your organization. I didn't say all people. I said they were simps. Sound like the girl, the husband, he might have been one. We allegedly might have one on the line. Your career just doesn't protect you from simping.
Okay.
And it don't. And I don't need niggas getting triggered because they might identify with simping on the line. Just call it what it is.
Okay, hang on a second, sir. Let's let you land your plane. I appreciate your patience.
Okay.
Area code 210. Yes, sir.
Okay, I understand. You got a right to say anything you want to say. You can do the CW thing and say, F that baby. You got a right to say anything. I'm just saying, do the right thing sometime. That's all I'm saying. You can say everything you want to say about any and everybody. Some people choose to do the wrong thing, and you just choose to do the wrong thing is what I'm saying to you. I land my plane right there. Do your thing, Florida Boy Jay.
Well,
That's all I'm saying.
Hold on, sir. Steve, you want to respond?
Caller. So if 4 other guys did the wrong thing to her and knocked her up, why should I do the right thing?
You don't have to. You don't have to.
But you say do the right
You
thing.
don't have to do the right thing. You don't have to do the right thing. All I'm just saying, you sitting up here you trying to insult the man's career about he's a corpsman and stuff like that.
Can we get past him? Can we get past that gentleman? I don't want to go down that lane. Let's not.
Oh, okay, yeah, because
right now we're talking about can women with children afford to be choosy? That's our topic. Let's stay focused, please.
Okay, yeah, that's what we were at. That's what we at, and that's what I'm saying. That women can afford to be because there's way more simps out here than it is men like me, you, and people on the panel.
That's a good point.
We know that.
Good point.
That's what I'm saying.
Good point.
That's what the bargaining chip. The women that have these children, they got a lot of children because they baddies, bro. That they got the bargaining chip. Women is what people are willing to pay for. They are willing to pay.
Hold on a second, sir. Rob Lowe taking a shot at Gangster of Love on the screen. Thank you for your donation, Rob Lowe. Okay, sir, I have to land.
They're willing to pay for it.
Sir, I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank
I'm
you.
out.
Thank you, sir. Okay. Steve, I gave him the last word because we were drifting into another area that wasn't necessarily where I wanted to go. All right. Steve, take your time, and Florida Boy Jay can chime in if you like. I want to thank you guys for chiming in on this topic. Make sure you promote themanmindset.com heavily. Give us your final thoughts with regards to the topic. Can women with children afford to be choosy? Steve the Dean.
First, I want to say thank you to you. Thank you to all your listeners out there, y'all guys out there. I am here to change the mentality of men, to save us from and force women to be better women and greater ladies by being better men and forcing them not to look at them by their looks and their fake hair, their makeup, eyeliner, blush, mascara, them being on the internet and all this other stuff. Force these women to earn your time, earn your attention. Don't fall in love with these women. Force respect and then give her some, you know what, if she deserves that. But one thing I want to say for you guys out there, listen, these women out here should have, all you ladies listening to me right now, you should every day, you should pledge allegiance to men, and you need to find ways to be a better woman. What you need to do is find out if he's playing video games, he watches, you got to learn how to cook. You got to learn how to clean. You need to learn how to submit. You need to know how to, you need to know how to be, ladies, take your index finger right here and go, shh. You got to learn when to be quiet, and you need to learn how to keep them kids quiet by being a better parent to those kids. You should, if you have a handful of kids, you should not be at the club. You should not drop those kids off to grandmother's house. You should be focusing on those kids so they don't rob Star, Jay, myself, and all these great guys on this show right here because you wanted to get some, you wanted to play. You wanted to act like you're 20 years old. You're not 20 years old. You need to grow up and be an adult. And last thing I want to say is stop asking men for hair, fix your hair, your nails, and all that other stuff. You're supposed to come from the church of Beyonce, so you scream all this independence. Be an independent woman. And last thing, listen, ladies, whenever you get your check, you hand it to that man. Remember, ladies, if you have a handful of kids and you have a job, you give him all the money and hope that he makes you his wife. And I just want to say thank you, Star.
One question, Steve.
Yes.
One question. Do you have books?
Yes, I do have. Yeah, I have a book. Yes, as a matter of fact, I got a book around here somewhere. Yeah, I have a book. I don't.
Do you have any books?
Yes, yeah, I have one book
targeted to the female demo.
Is it? Oh wait, no, not to the no. It's for men. I teach men.
I know.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm just asking because that female demo, man, don't leave them out in terms of what it is that you do, because I think you're super on point and talented, and I appreciate you, man.
Thank you, Star. I appreciate you, Jay. Have a good one, Star. Appreciate you, brother.
Yes,
so,
sir.
I'm not brother.
Salute.
Star.
I got you, man. Salute.
Salute.
Okay. Steve the Dean Williams tapping in. All right, Florida Boy Jay, can you hang on a second? I want to just acknowledge some of these people who have sent in donations. We're going to finish up with the show here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Is it Kashmir? I got your donation. Thank you so much. I don't see a message, but thank you, Kashmir. If you did send a message, please resend it via email. But thank you again. How much? Oh, okay. No, he says, how much to sit Florida Boy Jay down? Kashmir.
We've done this. We went over this already. You niggas don't have enough, man. Come on, dog. What are we doing? What are we talking about?
For Army combat veteran. Okay. Oh, three. Okay, he's talking, getting at you. He says he's Army combat veteran. Okay, getting at you. Cashmere, thank you, sir. Barrington got your donation. Visuals never last for a real man. Bitch, shut up. Okay, that's his donation. All right, Photo Boy Jay, I'm going to sign off with you because I'm going to wrap this up, man. It's been over 3 hours, going on 4 hours. Wow. Final thoughts, and you got to send me a link with a picture, man, to promote your platform when you get time. Go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm between me, you, and Steve. We just had a rebuking service on these hoes and simps. It was a great, eye-opening conversation. I appreciate the platform, and like we said, we broke down hoflation. You know, these niggas talking about these hoes can charge this because they baddies. We broke down hoflation. We broke down the fault of the fake girl boss propaganda of these women doing basic requirements and thinking that they deserve triple the reward system. We've had basically live case studies call in and prove points on their positions. And I want to say thank you for letting me call in on the show, Star. I went like almost 3 hours on my live.
Nice.
You just went live. Thank you for letting me tap in. And I'm going to drop you my link. Please, everybody go to Florida Boy J on X/Twitter and YouTube. We're dropping clips every day. You have a great night. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Florida Boy J. Okay.
Nobody knows I'm on the brink of something. My heart's gonna go. All the colors exploding. Nobody knows I'm on the brink of something. My heart's gonna go. All the colors Nobody knows.